Okay.
You can stop me anywhere.
He will not be available. I'll be taking care.
No problem. Anybody, you can just tell me. No problem.
Thank you so much, and over to you, Ravi Shankar sir.
Okay. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. And today we'll be discussing about organic compounds containing nitrogen, as well as biomolecules, and if time permits, the extraction of metals. We call it as metallurgy. Okay. So before we start this particular chemistry sessions, you know that in KCET, a lot of importance is given to second PU. Okay. Most of the questions come from this particular, our 12th standard syllabus, and few of the questions from 11th standard syllabus. Okay. Usually around 45 questions. Okay. I will take a pen. Just give me a time. Around 45 questions are from second PUC only. Please remember this one before we start our session. Around 15 questions are from first PU. So our main efforts will be on this particular segment, that is second PU. Okay. Most of the chapter, they are all almost they have a 2 or 3 marks. There will be there. 2 or 3 questions will be there. Okay. Except some of these question chapters, like last chapter, polymers, you may get 1 or 2 questions. Chemistry in everyday life. So there you may get 1 or 2 questions. Okay. And surface chemistry, 1 or 2 questions. Otherwise, most of the chapters in second PU will be having 2 or 3 questions. In first PUC, what are the important chapters, sir? In first PUC, if we take, the most important chapter is chemical bonding. Don't leave it. Chemical bonding. Then GOC, organic chemistry, the chapter 12, and the hydrocarbon. Most of the time, these 3 chapters carries most of the questions. Almost 2 to 3 questions will come from these chapters. In 15 questions, almost you got around 8 to 9 questions only from these 3 chapters. Even if you take it as 2, something like that also, almost 6 questions will come from only from these 3 chapters. Then in addition to this, please don't leave equilibrium. And also, one more chapter, that is classification of elements, periodicity. Okay. So in first PUC also, we should not leave all the chapters, but on priority. So these are the chapters you have to take it on priority in first PUC. First, prepare very well for this particular topics, and then move on to next chapters. This is what I am telling about first PUC. In second PUC, sir, what are the important chapters? Don't leave any chapter. That's what I'm telling. Because most of our questions come from this particular second PU only. 45 questions will come. That means almost every chapter you'll get a questions. Even in that, sir, I want to give a priority. Please make sure that you study about the first chapter, solids and solution. Don't leave it. So usually almost 2 to 3 questions are coming from these particular chapters. Then after this, kinetics, electrochemistry. Then in organic chemistry, alkynes, alurines, sir, we are getting around 2 to 3 questions. Organic compound containing oxygen, part 1 and 2, don't leave it. Alcohols and aldehyde. Many questions will come. 5 to 6 questions will come on this segment. Then, sir, in amines, amine is a small chapter, but still has a lot of weightage. Almost 2 questions are coming from in every question. Then last topic, biomolecules. So very simple in nature. Already you studied in biology also. You will be repeating in chemistry also. So it will be very easy. 2 to 3 questions are appearing in this particular topic. And polymers, again 2 to 1 questions definitely will be there. Chemistry in life, so 1 or 2 questions will be there. And most of these questions in biomolecule, polymers, and chemistry, no, These are memory-based questions. Memory-based questions. Almost you can just answer it directly. It's not of application type, or not of logical type, or not a multiple concept. It's not very challenging. Very easy ones. So most of the time, the concept-based and application-based questions will come from these particular chapters. Alkynes, alcohols, aldehydes, ketones. From this segment, you get a lot of application-oriented questions. And we know that these chemistry, if you take, we have three components: physical, organic, and inorganic. And if you take this one, most of the time they set the question paper in such a way that all these three segments will have almost equal weightage, you can say. But still, the organic and physical take major portion of this particular KCT question paper. So bit more is physical only. It is physical only. Almost 33% of the question come from this particular physical chemistry. 37.8%. 33 will come from organic. Almost 21 to 25% will come from inorganic chemistry. And in that organic chemistry, 82% of the questions are from 12th only. Remember this one. Look at it everywhere. Almost the major chunk of the questions are from second PUC and PUC. And look at the inorganic chemistry. The 82% is from second PUC and 18% is from 11th now. In this, most of the questions are from chapter 12 only and chapter 13. There is hydrocarbon and GOC. And if you take inorganic chemistry, around 40% is from 11th also. And most of the questions are from this particular topic, classification of elements. Yes and P block. In inorganic chemistry, what I'm telling. So if you come to physical, in 11th, most of the questions are on mole concept. Don't forget it. So most of the questions on mole concept. Here, in this 11th, 31%, no, most of the questions are on periodicity, that is classification. Or on S block or P. Here it is mole concept, or it will be on equilibrium. Remember this one. And here it is on only two chapters, that is GOC and hydrocarbon. So make sure that you are thorough in 12th. So what we are doing is that we will be covering 12th portion first, then we'll move on to the second PUC of 11th. So coming to this particular 12th, I have taken one simple chapter to start with. Amines. So what are amines? Amines are the derivatives of ammonia. So these are the derivatives of ammonia, in which hydrogen is replaced by what? Either alkyl group, aryl group, or aryl group. If it is replaced by alkyl group, we call it as aliphatic amines. If it is replaced by aromatic group, we call it as aromatic amines. And in this aliphatic amine also, we are having three types based on number of substituents. Based on number of substituents. If one hydrogen is replaced, we call it as a primary. If two hydrogen is replaced, we call it as tertiary. If all the hydrogen is replaced, we call it as tertiary. So please remember, in amines, based on number of substituent, we have primary, secondary, and tertiary amines. Based on type of substituent, we have two types, aromatic and aliphatic amines. In addition to this, please do remember aralkyl amines. So what is aralkyl amine? In which NH2 group is attached to side chain. This is the side chain. And NH2 group is attached to it. We call it as aralkyl amine. So we have three types of amine based on nature: aliphatic amine, aryl amine, and aralkyl amines. And based on number of substituents, we have three types: primary, secondary, tertiary. If only N is there, tertiary. NH is there, secondary. NH2 is there, primary. You remember this part. Next, we can have isomerism in this particular amines also. Please remember it. Chain isomers. What is chain isomers, sir? They differ in carbon chain. Here it is a straight chain, here it is a branch. What is the position isomer? So they differ in the position of the amine group. There we call it as a position isomers. Here it is 1, here it is 2. Metamers, they differ in type of alkyl group around the functional group. Here you have a ethyl group, here you are having a propyl and methyl. Functional isomers, here you have a primary amine, here you have a secondary amine. They have different functional groups. So we call it as a functional isomers. Next, we'll go to move on to next one. I'll clear this. So let us understand a little bit about preparation of amines. So how many preparations are there? Around 6 preparations are there. Please remember. Okay. What are the 6 preparation? Main preparation is by reduction. Reduction of what, sir? Reduction of cyanide. We also call it as Mendius. When cyanide is reduced, we end up getting amines, sir. We end up getting amines. This is one reaction. Other one is, sir, reduction of nitro compounds. When nitro compounds are reduced by reducing agent like tin and HCl, we end up getting amines. The third one is, sir, reduction of amides. What is amide? RCONH2. When they are reduced by lithium aluminum hydride, we get amines, sir. So these 3 are very important in the reduction. Okay. And this is just for extra information. If we can reduce oxime also, and we get amine. How we get oximes? Whenever aldehyde reacts with NH2OH, we end up getting what? Oximes. And oximes can be reduced to get what? Sir, amides. So these are the ways of preparing amines by reduction. There's a few more methods. Which are those? Sir, Hoffman bromide degradation. What is this? Sir, a amide is converted into amine by treating with what? Bromine and alkali. Alkali means KOH. Here we also call it as a descending series. Why, sir? Because one of the carbon atom will be lost as a carbonate. So if you take a 3 carbon compound here, you end up getting 2 carbon compound. One of the carbon is lost as a carbonate. So what is ammonolysis? Lysis means breaking. Breaking a bond by using ammonia. We call it as ammonolysis. When this happens, what will happen? The ethyl group combines with NH2 to form primary amine. If you add excess of ethyl iodide, again one more hydrogen is replaced to form secondary, then tertiary, then ultimately it forms quaternary salts. When you take ethyl iodide in excess, if you take ammonia in excess, the reaction will stop at primary. Next, one more method is there. What is that? Gabriel thalamide synthesis. Sir, how to prepare Gabriel thalamide synthesis? Amines from Gabriel thalamide synthesis? Very simple. First, we will take thalamide. In a first step, we treat it with KOH. We get N potassium thalamide. Then we have to treat it with alkyl halide. It becomes a N-ethyl thalamide. And upon hydrolysis, we end up getting amines. So here, this method is meant only for aliphatic amines, not for aromatic. Remember this one. So the same thing, whatever discussed, the preparation, I have repeated again. Now we'll go to physical property. What are the important things we have to study? So in physical property, we have to study about solubility. Is it soluble in water? Yes. They are soluble in water. Please remember. Yes, they are soluble in water. Why? They can form hydrogen bond. They form hydrogen bonds. So that's why they're soluble. Next, is there polar? Yes, they're polar. And they have an intermolecular hydrogen bond. And what about the boiling point? When compared to hydrocarbon, they are having a higher boiling point. But when compared to alcohols and carboxylic acid, they have a less boiling point. And since due to presence of lone pair of electron, they can act as a base. We call it as a Lewis base. They can donate a pair of electron. And when you take boiling point, remember this ones. When you take solubility also, primary amine is more soluble than secondary, more than tertiary. Because primary amine can form more hydrogen bonds. So what about boiling point? Here also, boiling point. Primary amine forms more boiling point than secondary and tertiary. Why, sir? Because primary has a more hydrogen bond. So it has a more hydrogen. More the hydrogen bond, more is the boiling point, because boiling point depends on proportion to number of bonds. So more the bonds you're having, more the force of attraction you're having, it's difficult to break, and we need more energy to break it. So boiling point increases. Coming to basic nature of amine. Already I told you, amines are basic in nature. Why? They donate pair of electrons. Yeah, Bagli sir, tell me.
Nothing, sir. Going good. No problem.
Donate pair
Going
of
good.
electron. Amines donate a pair of electrons. So we call it as what? Lewis base. So we call it as a Lewis base. So among these amine, which is more basic in a gaseous phase? Please remember, in a gaseous phase, tertiary is more basic than secondary, which is more basic than primary, where in a gaseous phase. Whereas in aqueous solution, who is more basic? Secondary is more basic than primary. Primary is more basic than tertiary, more basic than ammonia. And basic nature can also be measured by what? Kb. What is Kb? Dissociation constant of base. If Kb is more, or we can write it as pKb also. If pKb is less, that means it is more basic. So it is more basic. Say they given pKb value. Look at here. Lesser the pKb, more is the basic nature. Sir, more basic. And more the pKb value, lesser is the basic nature. Remember this. And aryl amines means what? The benzene amines with benzene attached to it, they are all weaker bases. Then aliphatic amine. Aliphatic amines are more basic. Because in a benzene, there is a delocalization of pi electron. So this topic is very important for all competitive examinations. And this is in a nutshell. I already told you. This in a gaseous space, tertiary is more basic. I already told you, tertiary is more basic. Whereas in aqueous space, secondary is more basic. Please remember. And just to give a comparison of different molecules and its basic nature. So what will happen? If you're having an electron donating group, so if you're having electron donating group, it will increase basic nature. If you're having electron withdrawing group, which are the donating group? So OH, NH2, CH3, all these groups will increase basic nature. Whereas electron withdrawing group, which are the electron withdrawing groups? Like NO2, halogens, CN, all these will decrease basic nature. Basic nature. So if you take a comparison, I'll just take one molecule. I'll take one molecule here. OCH is what? Electron donating group. So it's electron donating group. And electron donating group is there. What will happen? The basic nature increases. But here also OCS3 is there, no? But this is ortho position. In ortho, any substituent is there, it will decrease the basic nature. So this is also same group, no? But these are meta. Meta, they don't have any influence. They do not increase the electron density on nitrogen. Where they increase? Here, sir. In para position, the OCS3 will increase electron density. So this is more basic. Always remember, ortho substituents are less basic. Please remember, ortho substituents are less basic. Look at here. What is this? This is ortho aminoaniline or orthophenyl phenyl diamine. Again, what is this? Ortho. Ortho are less basic. Remember this one. Whereas para, sorry, this NH2 is electron donating group. It increases electron density. So it's more basic. So please remember the donating group and withdrawing groups. Very, very important. Sometimes they also call it as electron releasing group. The electron donating group I told no. Sometimes they also call it as electron releasing group. Both are same. Electron donating group will increase the basic nature. Withdrawing group will decrease the basic nature. And remember this one. I told you, ortho substitution. Ortho substitution in alanine, for example, like this. They are all less basic than alanine. Ortho substituents are less basic than alanine. Next, what is the chemical property? For example, alkylation. So what is alkylation? When you add alkyl group to amines, I told you primary becomes what? Secondary. If you take excess of that alkyl, right, they become tertiary and ultimately they become quaternary ammonium salts. It is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. Then what is acylation? Addition of COCl is called as RCO group is called as acylation, sir. Is called as acylation. For example, aniline undergoes acetylation to form acetonide. We call it as acetonide. Like that, aniline reacts with benzoyl chloride. We call this as benzoyl chloride. These are called as benzaldehyde. And this reaction is also called as Cartan-Bowman reaction. Then we should know a reaction with nitrous acid, very, very important reaction. Why, sir? It can be used to distinguish amines from primary, secondary, and tertiary. So how to prepare this nitrous acid? What is nitrous acid? HNO2. And it has to be freshly prepared. How to prepare it? By mixing NaO2 and HCl. Next, what will happen by this? Amines reacts with this nitrous acid. What is this amine? Primary. If primary amines reacts with nitrous acid, they form an unstable diazonium salt. Di means 2, azo means 2 nitrogen. Diazonium salts. And these diazonium salts, they unstable, they decompose to give what? Nitrogen and alcohol. This becomes alcohol. CH3, CH2OH. Whereas if I take aryl diazonium salts, they also react with nitrous acid to form diazonium compounds. These are stable. These are quite stable at 0 degrees Celsius. So aliphatic amine gives you alcohol plus nitrogen. Aromatic gives you diazonium salt. Secondary amine, so they form an oily yellow liquid due to formation of N-nitroso dimethylamine. Tertiary amines, what will happen? They react to form salts. We call it as salts. So this is how we can distinguish between different amine molecule. This is by using what we can call it as Innsberg reagent also. Left side I given you nitrous acid. Just I told you, if you take aliphatic, it gives you what? Alcohol plus nitrogen. Aromatic, it gives you diazonium salt. Secondary amine gives you yellow oily liquid. And these tertiary nitrate salts, they form a salt. Like this, we can also use one more reagent called as Innsberg reagent. What is that? Benzene sulfonyl chloride. If you add this chemical, primary amines, they give a clear solution. They form a sulfonylamide, which is soluble in KOH. They soluble in KOH. Secondary amine, so they give a precipitate, but they do not dissolve in NaOH. Tertiary amine, no reaction. This is a very important reaction. We call it as a carbalamine reaction, given by only primary amines. So they react with chloroform and KOH to form what? Isocyanide, a very bad smelling liquid. That reaction we call it as a carbalamine reaction, and these two components they react to form a intermediate called as CCl2. What is the CCl2, sir? We call it as a carbon. Carbon is an intermediate here. Next, we'll go to one more topic, diazonium salts. So, what are these diazonium salts? Aniline reacts with nitrous acid at 0 degrees Celsius to form what? A compound having two nitrogen. We call it as a benzene diazonium salts. And benzene diazonium salts, I told you, they're stable at cold condition or 0 degrees Celsius. That process we call it as a diazotization. So what are the main reaction? The main reaction is the retention of azo group we call it as. Mainly coupling reaction. Okay. Other than coupling reaction, there's one more reaction where the diazo group is replaced by nucleophile. This already we have studied in Steinmeier's reaction. So aniline reacts with nitrous acid to form diazonium compound. And diazonium compound reacts with copper powder and HBr to form bromobenzene. We call it as a Gutterman reaction. If we use copper bromide like this, then the reaction is called as Steinmeier's reaction. If you use copper powder, Gutterman reaction. If you use copper chloride, it's a Steinmeier's reaction. Next one. So replacement of I means we can convert benzene diazonium compound. This is diazonium compound into what? Iodobenzene. By treating with what? Potassium iodide. We can convert diazonium compound into fluorobenzene by treating with what? HbF4. So we can convert benzene diazonium into phenols by heating with water. So we can convert benzene diazonium chloride into benzene by deamination reaction. So these are the one I told you, coupling reaction we call it as. Or here, we retain the azo group. Retention of azo group we call it as. Or we also call it as coupling reaction. We also call it as coupling reaction. What is coupling reaction? For example, your diazonium salt reacts with phenol to form a para-hydroxyazobenzene. It is an orange solid. Same way, if it reacts with NN-dimethyl aniline, We end up getting NN dimethyl as a benzene. Next one. So this is the chart of what made. It gives you a brief idea about the entire topics. So these are the topics what we are supposed to study in amines. Let us go to some questions. Okay, we'll take up both NEET as well as KCT questions on this particular chapter, organic compounds containing nitrogen. Which of the following reaction is appropriate for converting acetamide to methanamide? What are the options? What are the options you're having? Hoffman hypobromide reaction means Hoffman reaction, Stephen's reaction, Gabriel thallamide synthesis, carbonyl reaction. What may be the options? Let us see one by one. Sir, carbonyl reaction is not possible. Why? In carbonyl reaction, we convert into what? Cyanide, isocyanide. So that is not an option. D is ruled out. D is ruled out. He says acetamide. What is acetamide? Amide. Amide. Amide should be converted into amine. So we can rule out Stephen's reaction. What is Stephen's reaction? This is we have studied in RDI, where cyanide is used to make aldehyde. That is nothing to do with our topic. So two things you can remove it. Odd man out. Unwanted thing, unnecessary thing, unrelated thing can be removed. So you are left with either A or C. So what may be the appropriate method? Sir, is it A or C? So answer is, what may be the option? Yes, some of you can put it in chat box.
They are putting in Q&A, sir.
Oh, Q&A. Okay. Right. Very good. Sneha, Rakshita, Harsha, Pushpa, Likita, yeah. Very good. And please give your name. Don't put anonymous. Don't put X, Y, Z. All you people, nothing will happen. Just give your name. Anonymous attendee, please remove it. TG113, please don't put it like that. Nothing wrong in it. Even if you give wrong answer, also no problem. I'll tell you, it's not about covering hundreds of questions. It's all about discussing few questions, but let us understand all the options. Even if you solve 10 questions, I'll tell you, if you understand all the 4 options, it is equal to 40 questions only. It's not about running away. Mohammed, very good. You have Shan. Charmila, yes. Very good. Sir, why not? Why not this particular Gabriel thallamide? So we have removed 2 options. 2 options cannot be the answer. So either A or C. Answer is A. What is the hypobromide reaction? Sir, where we use amide RCONH2, we treat with bromine and KOH to form what? RNH2. Next one. Method by which aniline cannot be prepared is. This is in NEET 2015. Method by which aniline cannot be prepared is. Yeah, just give me answer, whatever may be, no problem. Even if it is wrong, also not to worry. Mohan D, Pushpa D. Rakshita D. Sujal C. Sunaina B. Yuvraj C. Diksha D. Sushmita D. Aisha D. How to do it? Let us see it one by one. He says aniline. What is aniline? That first you should understand. Oh, it's aromatic. Benzene is there, and NH2 is directly attached to it. This aniline. He says from which aniline cannot be prepared. So can be prepared from benzamide. What is benzamide? Benzamide is CONH2. CONH2. Yes, sir, we can prepare it. So A is possibility. What is asking? Which we can prepare it. We cannot prepare. Reduction of nitrobenzene. Already we have discussed it. Yes, sir, Agutha. Hydrolysis of phenyl isocyanide. Is it possible? Let us see. What is phenyl isocyanide? Benzene is there. Isocyanide. NC is there. NC is there. Can you prepare it? Yes, sir. If you subject it to hydrolysis, this bond will break. You end up getting NH2 plus SCOH. So that means, sir, we can prepare it from third also. So what is left behind? C is left behind. That should be the answer. Let us check it out. Why C is the answer? C is the answer. So first, what you have to take? Phthalimide. We have to take Gabriel phthalimide. Then we treat with KOH. Then we treat it with, sir, RI or RX. Then we treat it with again. With what? Aqueous KOH. We end up getting amine. What kind of amine we get? Since we are using aliphatic halide, we have to get aliphatic compound. So why not aromatic? Can we use chlorobenzene? No, you cannot use it. Why? In chlorobenzene, it's not easy to break the CCl bond. It is having a partial double bond character. Otherwise, we could have got aromatic. Here, what kind of amine we get? Only aliphatic we get. So option C is the answer. Electroreduction of nitrobenzene in strongly acidic medium gives you what? What it gives you? What is nitrobenzene? Sir, benzene with NO2. This on strong reduction, what will happen? So it becomes NHOH. What will happen? Here, this undergoes rearrangement. What is the rearrangement? One H is there now here. The H will go to this NH. It becomes like this. So it becomes NH2 and this becomes OH. What is this one? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Para aminophenol. 4 means para. What is the option? C is the option. Next one. So this is the answer. Para aminophenol, you get it. In a set of reaction, metabromobenzoic acid give a product D. Identify the product D. What may be the option? It's like multiple concept question, we call it as. So what you're having? Metabromobenzoic acid. You're treating with SOCl2. So what do you get? Sir, here the COH group is replaced by Cl. It becomes COCl and Br. Then you treat with ammonia. Then he says you treat with ammonia. What do you get? So when we treat with ammonia, the Cl get replaced by NH2. So it becomes CONH2. Now it becomes amide. Then he says you have to treat with NaOH and Br. NaOH and Br. And we know that whenever you use NaOH and Br2, it is a Hoffman bromide reaction. That means we are supposed to get amines. So we end up getting amines. We get amines. So we get amines. And you are having Br here. Br is here. So Br is here. So this is our product. So this is our product. D it is. So here, if you take NH2 as 1, 1, 2, 3. At third, you should have a bromine. Where it is there? Sir, NH2 group is at only one place, sir. Where it is? Sir, here. And at 3, you are having bromine. So that's C is the answer. Are you able to understand, all of you? If yes, please answer yes. All of you, please put a message there. Or just put a message, yes, yes, yes. If you are able to understand everything. And you can take a screenshot of all these things. Next one. Very good. Thank you, Ramesh, Diksha, Nikita, Pushpa, Sneha, Mohammad Ashif, Mohan, Sunaina, Sushmita, Rakshita, Yuvraj, Murali, Inchara. Good. Charmila, Sandhya. Fantastic. Next, we'll move on to next one. Look at this is how it should be. Option is C. What you have taken is right. Acetamide is treated with following reagents separately. Which of these will yield methylamine? What we have taken? Acetamide. What is acetamide? Sir, CH3CONH2. And that we have to convert into amine. What is amine? CH3NH2. And we know that whenever we want to convert amide into amine, we always discuss about NaOH and Br2. So that is the option. Hoffman bromide reaction. Which one of the following on reduction with lithium aluminum hydride yields a secondary amine? Yields a secondary amine. We want secondary amide. All these things, no, B and D, it gives you primary. So then how to get a secondary? So then we have to get it from these two only, either A or C. Let us first see, say methyl isocyanide. What is methyl isocyanide? CH3NC. Next, what we have to do? We have to reduce it by using what? Lithium aluminum hydride. When you reduce it, what will happen? The hydrogen is added to nitrogen also, carbon also. By using what? Lithium aluminum hydride. So you get CH3, NH, and here, what is there? So the C is there, that C becomes CH3. So this particular NH becomes what? Secondary amide. Secondary amide. Yes, sir. Answer is option A. Option is the answer. So this is the answer. Next one. The same question which has been repeated, but what they have changed? In a previous question, they have given NaOH. Now in this question, they have given KOH. And both are alkali. What is alkali? A base soluble in NaOH. What may be the option? Please do it. How to do it? Already I have shown you. So first, carboxylic acid reacts with SOCl2. What will happen? This OH is replaced. So we get CH3, CH2, COH. Then you say it has to be treated with sulfonyl chloride, SOCl2, thionyl chloride. The OH is replaced, you get azalelide. Azalelide. What is azalelide? That is COOCl. When you treat with ammonia, it becomes amide, CH3COO. You are having CH3CH2. CH3CH2, COO. This O will be replaced by NH2. We call it as amide. Then amide undergoes Hoffman bromide reaction. Hoffman bromide reaction. So what do you get? Here the CO is removed. So you end up getting CH3, CH2, NH2. Why, sir? Because in 3 carbon, 1 carbon is removed. So I get amine with 2 carbon. 2 carbon means option A. Option C. Let us check it out. Just a minute. It is taking. Okay. I got it. So this is how it happens. This is in KCET 2020. KCET 2020. Which are the following as the lowest boiling? So how to find out the boiling point? Boiling point depends on number of carbon, depends on the size. Sir, boiling point is depends on number of carbon atom. One thing. Depends on size also, sir. And inversely proportional to branch chain. And one more is there. It is also proportional to a number of bonds. Sir, more the bonds, more the boiling point. If I take all these four molecules, which are those? A, amine. B, ethers. And then you're having carboxylic acid, RCOH. Then you're having alcohol. Everybody is having van der Waals force. All of them are having van der Waals. Then boiling point should be same. No, no. Here what will happen? You have a hydrogen bond also in alcohol. So alcohol have a more hydrogen bond. Sir, in carboxylic acid, there is a two hydrogen bond. Ether, there is a dipole-dipole attraction. Dipole-dipole attraction. And amines also, there is a dipole-dipole attraction, but this is stronger than ethers. So who is having the highest boiling point? The carboxylic acid is having highest boiling point. Who is having lower? So the ether is having a lower dipole, lower boiling point because force of attraction is weak. So it all depends on force of attraction. Next, this is again from 2020. Look at your same kind of questions are repeated. This is KCET 2020. So how to solve it? How to solve this one? Let us take one by one. First, let us start with here. What will happen? You're adding bromine, means you're adding electrophile Br plus. So what should be the P? Very simple. NO2 is a meta-directing. NO2 is a meta-directing. What will happen? This NO2 will direct incoming electrophile into meta position. This is the meta position. This is the meta position. 3. So bromo-nitrobenzene, 3 bromo-nitrobenzene. Then you are reducing it. What is reduction? Reduction is all about addition of hydrogen. The NO2 becomes NH2. I'll remove this one. This becomes NH2. And you're having Br here. Then you treat with NaO2 and HCl. I told you already. When this reacts, you get nitrous acid. So what will happen? When they react with nitrous acid, diazotization take place. What will happen? This becomes N2Cl and Br. Then he says, heat with water. When heat with water, what will happen? So N2Cl is replaced by OH group. OH group. And the Br remains here. So this OH should be 1, 2, 3. With respect to OH, bromine should be at third place. Can you tell me what is the option? Anybody? Put it in question and answers. Let me see. Rakshita A, Sneha A, Lalit A, Rakshita A. Very good. Option is A only. Sir, option is A. This is from KCT 2021. This is from KCT 2021. So what is the product B? Please write the equation. What may be the option? Very simple. I will start with this one. I'll start with A. What is A, sir? The chlorine is replaced by amine group. You'll end up getting primary amine. And that reacts with again one more CH3Cl. Now what will happen, sir? So the hydrogen combines with Cl to form HCl. So you get C6H5, C6H5, then you're having CH2. So that one HCl has gone. That means NHCH3 it becomes. He says 2 molecules of CH3Cl. So you have to repeat it again. One more CH3Cl. Again, sir, one more hydrogen is there. I'll take a different color. So this H combines with Cl. So what do you get? So C6H5. Then we are having CH2. Hydrogen is gone. One more CH2 will come and attach to it. This is what compound? Tertiary. Tertiary. So how to name this one? What is this molecule? Is it a NN dimethyl benzenamide or phenyl NN dimethyl methanamide? What kind of molecule it is? What may be the option? Please put it in question answer format. What may be the option? Okay, just a minute. This is changed. What may be the option? Still I have not got the answer. Very good. Pavitra. Rupa B. Pavitra C. Rakshita D. Sana A. Once again, please carefully do it. There is a benzyl group. What may be the option? All of you have given C, 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 C. I'll just remove this questions session. Okay. So what is the option? So look at here. If you look at the molecule, it says C6H5. What is this group? It's a phenyl group. And this is the molecule you have to consider. That is methanamine. Methanamine. So phenyl methanamine it is. So here is the option. And what is happening? So there are two groups attached to it. Which are the two groups attached to it? There is a CH3 attached to N. So N, N dimethyl methanamine. That is option A, sir. Option A. Next, one more question from 2020. Now look at here. I told you, no, this is a small chapter, but look at the number of questions in a single year. This already we have discussed it. It's a repetition. This we have discussed in a NEET question. The same NEET question is appeared in a KCET. Is already discussed ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸರ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿಂದ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ? ನೈಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ನೈಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೆನ್ಸಿನ್. ನೈಟ್ರೋಬೆನ್ಸಿನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೆನ್ಜಮೈಡ್ ಟು ಬ್ರೋಮೈಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಫ್ಮನ್ ಬ್ರೋಮೈಡ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಬೆನ್ಸಿನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಅಲ್ಲೇನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿನ ಹತ್ರ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಬೆನ್ಸಿನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿನ ಸರ್. ಕ್ಲೋರೋಬೆನ್ಸಿನ್ ತಗೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲಿಫಿಟಿಕ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಆರೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ತಗೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಲಿಫಿಟಿಕ್ ಕೆಲೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿ. Option is D. Next one. A hydrocarbon on reaction with HCl gives a compound B, which on 1 mole of ammonia gives you compound C. On reacting with HNO2 and with water, C yields optically active compound D. The compound D is, what may be the compound D? And he says optically active. What may be the options, sir? When it has to be optically active, remember how many carbon atom he has given? He has given us 4 carbon atom. In that 4 carbon atom, it cannot come to last. Why, sir? Why it cannot come to last? Because he says optically active. Then we need to have a chiral carbon atom. Chiral carbon ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ chiral ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ chiral carbon ಮಧ್ಯದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್ ಇದು? ಈ ಸೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ HCl. HCl ಜೊತೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು? ಓದಿರಾ ಮಾರ್ಕೋನಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? HCl ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್, CH2 CH CH2 CH3, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರು HCl ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದೇನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಮಾರ್ಕೋನಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಓದಿದ್ವಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಓದಿದೀವಿ? ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಯಾವ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್? ನೆನಪಿರ್ಲಿ, Cl minus attaches to that carbon having less hydrogen. So what will happen now? CH3 CH2 CHCl and CH2 becomes. Then he says we have reacts with ammonia. When it reacts with ammonia, it replaces Cl. It becomes amine. CH3 CH2 sir CH. Then he says I'm treating with NNO2. NNO2 means I told you HNO2. Diazotization. What will happen? You get N2, CH3, CH2. So what is there here? CH. This becomes N2Cl plus CH2. Then he says treatment with water means you have to heat it with water. Let us heat it with water. What is water? H plus and OH minus. OH minus. What do you get? What you get now is very interesting. You get CH3, CH2 is there. Dash. You got C. On one side you are having H. Another side you are having CH3. This becomes CH3. All this becomes CH3. So you are having CH3. Then N2Cl becomes what? OH. OH. So this is chiral. Attached to 4 different groups. Chiral means it's optical active. What is the option? Option B, sir. In carbamide test for primary amine, the resulting foul-smelling product is. Look at here. This is from KCET 2022. The KCET 2022. Can you give me an answer, all of you? What is the answer? Yeah, please send it. Very good. Sneha Aisha. Very good. Pavitra. Yay, yay, yay. Yes. Answer is yes, sir. What is carbamide reaction? Just remember that one. Subprimary amine reacts with what? Chloroform and KOH. To give what? R. Carbamide means what? RNC. That means option A, sir. Option. Again from 2022. What is the answer? What will be the option? Give me answer, all of you. Aisha, B. Ramesh, B. Yes. Yeah, please give me answer, all of you. Everybody has to give it. Either A, B, C, D. This is 2022. KCT 2022. We already know. Primary means what? I told you. There should be NH2 group. So secondary means, I told you, there should be NH group. So tertiary means only N should be there. Yes. What should the group? So what is happening here? 2 hydrogen is replaced by substituent. So B is the option. Very good. Look at it. I told you, sometimes the questions will be very simple. Amides may be converted into amines by a reaction named. Already we have done it. Sir, Hoffman reaction we call it as, or Hoffman bromide. Next. Indicate which nitrogen compound among the following would undergo Hoffman reaction. Means Hoffman bromide degradation. What is Hoffman reaction? Yeah, amide should be converted into amide. How this is possible, sir? What is amide? Any compound having general formula RCONH2. Only one option is there, sir. Option is C. Which of the following amines will give carbon element test? NEET 2020. They give a different molecule. Carbon element test is given by subprimary amine. And who is a primary amine? Where NH2 group is there? Where it is there? Yes, sir. Option is A. (2019) NEET question. Correct order of basic strength of methyl substituted amines in aqueous solution is methyl substituted amines. I already told you. Secondary is more basic than primary, which is more basic than tertiary, which is more basic than ammonia. Where the secondary is there? Only one option is there. It is, sir, option 2, sir, B. The amine that reacts with Innsbruck reagent to give alkali insoluble product is. And we know that what is Innsbruck reagent? Benzene sulfonyl chloride. Primary amine gives you sulfonylamide. Sir, secondary amine also gives you sulfonylamide. Both are solid only. Sulfonylamide. What is the difference, sir, then? With NaOH, sulfonyl becomes soluble. Why? This is acidic. Still it is acidic. Whereas secondary amine sulfonylamide becomes insoluble. So he says insoluble. Insoluble means we have to look for secondary amine. What is secondary amine? I already told you. There should be NH group or NHR. Where is that NH group? Only one place, sir. Here is the NH. There is the option. Sir, option A. Nitration of aniline in a strong acidic medium also gives metanitronline. Why? If you do ESR reaction on aniline, if you do ESR reactions on aniline, this is aniline. What is nitration? Addition of HNO3. So what we are supposed to get? Ortho and para. Yes, sir. Somebody raised their doubts. You can send me question. Bagali, you just see somebody asked me doubt, I don't know. Okay, you can put me across later also, no problem. So what will happen? Ortho and para you're supposed to get. But few of the molecules of aniline, they get protonated to form NH3 plus. What is NH3 plus? Anilinium ion. Anilinium ion. And this anilinium ion is not orthopara directing. It is a meta directing, sir. This is meta directing. So product is also meta. ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ? So last option ಆಗುತ್ತೆ D. What is the next one? Correct. Increasing order of basic strength. ಯಾವಾಗ? NEET 2017. ಯಾವ್ದು ತಗೋಣ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ? Increasing order means what? Lowest to highest. Who is having highest basic nature? This fellow. CH3X, sir. Electron donating group is there. So it will increase basic nature. He says what? He says the correct increasing order of basic strength. So third is more basic. Third is more basic means it should come at last. Then which one? So NO2 is a withdrawing group. So it is a less basic. So it should come first. Second is less than one. One is less. What is the option? Sir, option C. Current statement regarding basicity of aryl amine is. What is the basicity of aryl amine? Aryl amine means nothing but aniline. So this is aryl amine. What is alkylamine? This is CH3NH2. This is alkylamine. Yeah, more basic idರಲ್ಲಿ alkylamine is more basic. This is less. ಯಾಕೆ? Here delocalization of benzene take place. So this is arylamine is less. Alkylamine is more basic. He says arylamine is generally more basic. Wrong, sir. He says more basic. Wrong. He says more basic. Wrong. What is the option? Option C. Next one. This is from NEET 2013. Hydrolysis of a compound, two compounds are obtained. One of each on treatment with sodium nitrate and hydrochloric acid gives a product which does not respond to iodoform test. The second one reduces Stollin's reagent and failing solution. The compound is. These are statement-based questions. Sir, how to do it? What is hydrolysis? We have to break it. Let us take one compound. Here we'll take CH3CH2. ಯಾವುದು? CH2 NC ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ. ಇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. What is hydrolysis? Breaking a compound by using water. ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಾಗ ಇದು? CH3CH2. CH2 N ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು NH2 ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ C ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್. And he says these are the two products. One of which on treatment is sodium nitrate, and this one gives product which does not respond to iodoform test. ಇದು ನೈಟ್ರಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಡಯೋಸನಿಯಂ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. CH2 ಇದೇನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ? N2Cl ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಡಿಕಂಪೋಸ್ ಆಗಿ It becomes alcohol. CH2, CH2. What will happen? Already we got diazoxide salt we get. It does not respond to iodoform test. Sir, iodoform test ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಸರ್ iodoform test ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ we need to have CH3CO group next to R. ಈ ತರ ಇದ್ರೆ they give iodoform test. Next one. One more product, second one. Reduces Tollens reagent. This one. How it reduces Tollens reagent? Carboxylic acid can be written as what? HCOOH. If I take this molecule, if you observe it carefully, from this end it looks like carboxylic acid. From this end it looks like aldehyde. And aldehydes can reduce Tollens reagent. So can reduce Tollens reagent to give silver mirror. That means the product what I have taken, propyl isocyanide is correct, sir. What is the option? Option A. Which of the following compound is most basic? Which of the following compound is most basic? Sana, you can put across if you have any doubts.
Students, if you have any doubt, you can put in Q&A. Sir is responding.
Whether they can send the message, Bagachi?
It would be fine if they can put in Q&A, sir.
No problem. Okay, right.
So that you can immediately see and on the spot you can respond.
Yeah, right.
That would be ideal.
So, which of the following compound is most basic? I told you, the electron donating group will increase basic. And electron withdrawing groups will decrease basic. Which are the withdrawing group? CO is a withdrawing, so this cannot be the option. NO2 is withdrawing, so this cannot be the option. So option either B or C. But here in D, there is a delocalization of benzene ring or pi electrons. So if attached directly to benzene, it will be less basic. So option is B, sir. Option is B. Which of the following statement about primary amine is false? Is false. He says alkyl amine is stronger base than aryl amine. Yes, sir. This is right. They react with nitrous acid to produce alcohol. Yes. Aryl amine react with nitrous acid to produce. No, sir. This is wrong. They produce diazonium salt. They produce diazonium salt. Yeah, option C. This is the wrong answer. So, dear students, I have taken many questions on both amines and diazonium salts. Okay. What I will do is that now I'll go to one more topic, that is biomolecules. I'll take few questions on diazonium salts also. Which of the following will be more stable diazonium salt? We know that Aromatic diacetyl salts are very stable. Which is the aromatic? There are benzene rings should be there. Yes, sir. Here also there, here also there. But the one which is directly attached to N2, that is option B, sir. Then what is the structure here? He's asking what is A? This is our diacetyl salt. If it reacts with ammonia, what should be the structure? What may be the option? Let us write the diacetyl salt. We call it as a coupling reaction. Is diacetyl salt. So this N2 combines with aniline molecule. So this is aniline molecule. So this is called as para position. So we get para amino azobenzene. So we get para amino azobenzene. These are called as azodie. We also call as coupling reaction. What will be the option then? So last option, sir, D is the answer. We'll go to one more topic, that is biomolecules. Sir, what are this particular topic? We have to study here. We have to study about 4 subtopics here. Carbohydrates. Then we have to study about proteins. We have to study about nucleic acid. Then we have to study about vitamins and brief discussion about hormones. So these are the things we have to study. So what is a carbohydrate? Carbohydrates are known as polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones. Means what? They should need to have a lot of OH groups. Yes, sir. Glucose is a polyhydroxyaldehyde. Fructose is a polyhydroxyketones. Even sucrose, maltose are also made up of that polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones. So what is a carbohydrate? Means polyhydroxyaldehyde. This is one more classification of carbohydrate, where based on number of sugar units, the carbohydrates are classified as monosaccharide, oligosaccharide, and polysaccharide. The polysaccharides are again classified based on what? Role. Into what? Structure of polysaccharide and storage polysaccharide. They act as a storage fuel molecule. Starch, glycogen, inulin. Structure of polysaccharides are cellulose, chitin, etc. And oligosaccharide, based on number of sugar units, have been classified into disaccharides. So what is a disaccharide? Which upon hydrolysis gives 2 sugar units. So which are the example? Sucrose, maltose, lactose, all those things are example. Next one we'll go to. So this monosaccharide, you know, we have discussed about this one. This is one more classification based on sweetness. So what is this classification? Based on sweetness. They are classified into sugars and non-sugars. Sugars are what? So they are sweet in taste. And non-sugars are not sweet in taste. And these sugars, again based upon reducing property, have been classified as reducing sugar and non-reducing sugars. And if you take a sweetness, so look at this. Sucrose value is taken as 100, then the value of fructose is taken as 173. So what is the difference between reducing and non-reducing sugar? That also you should know. Reducing sugar have a free functional groups. They reduce Tollens reagent, they reduce Fehling solution, they reduce Benedict's reagent. But normal, in a non-reducing sugar, there is no free functional group. It will not reduce Tollens reagent. It will not reduce Fehling solution. Example, sucrose. So this is the classification, please remember it. Little about glucose molecule also we should know. So what are the things we have to study in glucose? How to elucidate the open chain structure of a glucose? How do you know that it is having cis carbon? Sir, because we have subjected glucose to reduction, we got NXN. Next one. How do you prove that glucose has 5-OH group? Sir, when I treat with acetic-anhydride, look at this point. I got pentacetyl derivative. This indicates that you are having 5-OH group. How to prove that glucose has a carbonyl group? So how to prove that? When it reacts with HCN, it forms glucose cyanohydrin. When it reacts with NH2OH, it forms glucoxime. This reaction proves that glucose may have both aldehydes and ketones. And how we prove that glucose has an aldehyde? So when glucose is treated with bromine water, it forms a gluconic acid. This is possible only if glucose is present. Next one. How to prove that glucose is having a one primary OH group? So when it undergoes oxidation with nitric acid, strong oxidizing agent, it forms a glucuric acid. By using all this data, we can construct the open chain structure of the glucose. Next one. So glucose not only exists in open chain form, but it also exists in ring form. Remember this. So it also exists in ring structure. There are two ring structures. One is alpha, and other is beta. And the ring structure can be easily represented by our structure. This is the Haworth representation of alpha glucose and beta glucose. Remember, they exist in 3 forms. So what is the anomers? The alpha and beta form is called as anomer. Why we call it as anomer? Because they differ at anomeric carbon atom, differ in configuration at anomeric carbon atom. And that's why we call it as what? Anomers. So if they differ in configuration at any carbon atom, if they differ at first carbon atom, anomers. If they differ at any carbon atom, then we call it as epimers. So what is D and L configuration? The capital D and L. It's not small d and L. Don't get confused. E small d and L is that indicates optical activity. ನಮಗಿರೋದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಇದೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು ನಮಗಿರೋದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ while giving configuration we take glycerol as a standard. We take D-glycerol as a standard. Your prakara, if OH group is present on the right side of the chiral carbon atom, what is chiral? 4 different groups should be there. If 4 groups are present on the chiral carbon atom, then whatever is present on OH group is present on right side. We call it as a D-glycerol. If OH is on left side, we call it as here. Let us see. Say if a one carbon is there, it's good. But when many carbon atom is there, for example, glucose. In a glucose, we are having many carbon atom. Then where to take configurations are very simple. When there is a many carbon atom, we have to look for the configuration at highest carbon atom or penultimate carbon atom. Highest scalar carbon atom or penultimate carbon atom. And it just compare it to glycerol. OH is on right side. In a which glycerol OH is on right side? Sorry, no, D-glycerol OH group is on right side. Then this glucose can be called as D-glucose. So these are the disaccharides. Okay. So what are these? These are the maltose made up of alpha glucose. What is the linkage? Please remember C1 to C4 linkage. So what is inward sugar? The sucrose is called as inward sugar. What is the linkage? C1 to C2. Why sucrose is called as inward sugar? Because its optical activity is plus 66 degree starting. Next, sir, when we hydrolyze it, it changes into glucose and fructose. Optical activity become plus 52 and minus. Minus means it is levo, sir. So it changes from dextro to levo. It becomes ulta. That's why we call it inward sugar. Sir, coming to lactose. Sir, what is lactose made up of? Sir, beta galactose. Remember this one. And alpha D glucose. What is the linkage? Sir, linkage again between C1 and C4. Remember, it is a reduced sugar and undergoes mutarotation. Mutarotation means what? Change in optical activity. Next one. What is this? So these are the starch molecules. Starch is a polysaccharide. Two components are there, amylose and amylopectin. What is amylose? Sir, amylose is a linear chain. What is the branching? Again, C1 to C4 is there, sir. It is water soluble. Let us go to amylopectin. What is amylopectin, sir? Again, it is also made up of alpha glucose. And both are belongs to the starch molecule only. So what is this linkage? Sir, C1 to C6 will be there. C1 to C6 will be there. So this is C1 to C4. Both linkages there, sir. So you have C1 to C4 also, C1 to C6. But this is insoluble in water. Next one. So what is this? A cellulose molecule. What it is made up of? So made up of beta D glucose. What is the linkage? Again, C1 to C4. Now, what is this molecule? So this is a glycogen. Made up of what? Alpha glucose. Again, linkage is C1 to C4. And in branching, C1 to C6 there. But here, branching takes place for every 8 to 10 glucose units. Remember this one. Now let us go to one more thing. Amino acids. Proteins are made up of amino acids. You know that. Proteins are made up of amino acids. They are the repeated unit in a proteins. And we should know a little bit about amino acids. So what is amino acid? Any compound having general formula RCH, NH2COH is an amino acid. And these amino acids can be classified as neutral based on nature. What is neutral? There's a one amino, one carboxyl group. Acidic means there's a more carboxyl group. Basic means more number of cells. Based on structure, aliphatic means open chain, aromatic means benzene ring, heterocyclic means they have a different element in a cyclic ring. Next one. So based on nutrition also we can classify it, amino acids. How to classify based on nutrition, sir? As essential and non-essential. What is essential? We cannot synthesize, so we have to take it through diet. Which are the amino acids which are essential? Just remember this code. AVL, MPTT. So what is A? A means arginine, B means valine, histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, all these things. So in between non-essential, sir, because our body can prepare and no need to take it from diet. Very important in amino acid. This is coming to protein. Proteins are again made up of what? Amino acids, and they have been classified into what? Fibrous protein and globular protein. If they have a straight line structure, fibrous, globular means spherical. Based on composition of proteins, we have a simple protein made up of only amino acid, nothing else. Conjugated means they have amino acid plus non-amino acid part. So coming to structure of protein, there's something called a structural level of organization in proteins: primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. So what is a primary protein structure? What is a primary protein structure? Primary protein structure means, sir, it's a linear sequence of amino acid. So it's a linear sequence of amino acid. What is secondary? The primary structure fold upon itself to form either beta sheets or alpha helical structure. What is this tertiary structure? They fold upon themselves, secondary, and gives you three-dimensional structure. Three-dimensional structure. In this three-dimensional structure, all the amino acid part on the outside is hydrophilic. One which is inside is hydrophobic. So coming to nucleic acids. What is nucleic acid? DNA and RNA are nucleic acids. They are the polymer of nucleoside and phosphoric acid. What is a nucleoside? It is made up of two components, nitrogen base and sugars. Then, in this nitrogen base, there are two types, purine and pyrimidine. What is purine? Sir, adenine and guanine. Pyrimidine, cytosine, thymine, and uracil. And in sugar also, there are two types, ribose and deoxyribose. Next one. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಿಟಮಿನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್ ನಮಗೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ತರ ವಿಟಮಿನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ? ಎರಡು ತರ ವಿಟಮಿನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ದು? ಸರ್, ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ and water soluble. Water soluble. We call it as water soluble. Sir, yeah, Andre, no. We require for our rice, so it's called as retinol. If not, what you get? Xerothalmia or night blindness. This is called as what? Vitamin D. Calcifer required for calcium, which is required for bones. So what is E? ಟೋಕೋಫಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟೆರಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕೆ? ಪಿಲೋಕ್ವಿನಾನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಲೇಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್. ಅದೇ ತರ B1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಥೈಮಿನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಸ್? ವೆರಿ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಸರ್, B2 ರೈಬೋಫ್ಲಾವಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕ್ಯಾಲೋಸಿಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲೋಸಿಸ್? ಆ ತುಟಿ ಹತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸರ್ B3 ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಿಯಾಸಿನ್, ಕಾಸಸ್ ಪೆಲಾಗ್ರಾ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪೆಲಾಗ್ರಾ? ಡ್ರೈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸರ್ B6 pyridoxine causes conversion.
Ravi sir, sorry for interruption.
Yeah.
Break 5:52:65 sir.
Okay, right.
Yes, sir. There's a break.
Okay, sir, we'll have a break and again meet at 6:05, no?
6:05 you will be.
Yeah, right. No problem. Okay.
Students will leave for 15 minutes.
Okay, good.
Sir, if any notes is there, you can share in the faculty group. I'll share to the students.
Yeah, right. Do it. After the sessions, I will send you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Very interactive.
Yeah, right.
The environment is wonderful.
I can leave and come back again.
That also okay. Sir, let you be in login only.
Okay, good. Okay, right.
Come back at 6:05.
Yeah, right.
Students join back at 6:05. Don't leave half the way. Very interesting session is going on. Any doubt? You can put in a question and answer, or you can directly message to me. I'll get it clarified. Student, hope you're enjoying the classes. Put your feedback in Q&A. I am really happy to see few of the students involving very well, like Sneha, Lalit Sai, Ramesh, Pushpa, Vinod Kumar, Pavitra, Aisha, Mohan. It's really good. I'm very happy online also. Your involvement is wonderful. Rakshita, good. Murli, all are involving. Each questions, your involvement is wonderful, which is really appreciated. Student, I have put this recording session link in the chat box. Every day on the same chat, this link, you will be getting the recordings. You need not to get a new recording link. Every day, the same link, we are uploading the daily sessions. And also the Anand Sagar admission test, which is going to happen on 29th and 30th. If you want to keep an option of one more exam, one more university, you can choose the Anand Sagar admission test. Link is provided. You can just click the link and you can register for. You can attend 29th or 30th. It's going to be online, proctored test, provided you should have webcam laptop. It's going to be 2 hours proctored test. The Anand Sagar admission test will be. It will be having a CET syllabus, physics, chemistry, maths, 30 marks each. 10 marks aptitude will be there. There will not be any negative marking. 2 hours. You can have an attempt and keep as a standby. Supposing if you are not getting, I wish all of you should get good engineering colleges or pharmacy college or allied health science or nursing or BSc through CET only. I wish all of you should get through CET. You should save your parents' money. If at all something happens, you are not happy with the college which you are getting through CET, you can opt through DSAT, Dayanand Sagar University. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನಂಬರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆ ನಂಬರ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಂಬರ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ if you wanted to know about BSc Agri, how to enter Bachelor of Veterinary Science, ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. BVSC ಸೇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀಟ್ ಬರೋದು ಸೇರ್ಬೇಕಂತ. That is wrong. BVSC you will be getting through CET only. But student, BVSC, this KEA will see only your CET marks. They will not considering your board percentage. Board marks will not be included for Bachelor of Veterinary Science. They'll see only physics, chemistry, biology, your CET scoring. Based on that, you will be getting ranking. All other agriculture, BSc Agri, all other courses, they'll consider 50% of your PU board result and 50% your CET. Physics, chemistry, maths, biology, all the four will be considered. Whereas for BVSC, only physics, chemistry, biology, only CET marks will be considered. Good engineering college, what rank should be there? You should understand that also. You can question me. If you ask a question, I'll tell you one by one. Or you can just directly ask me in my WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp me, I'll revert back to you. Student join back before 1 minute or 2 minutes. I think Ravi sir is available. He can run.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful information, and you are motivating very good to the students. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome to the School of Engineering at Dayanand Sagar University, main campus, Harohaldi, Kanakpura Road, Bangalore. A place that values research, innovation, and creativity. Our industry-aligned curriculum offers a blend of theoretical knowledge, practical experience, academic projects, and internships for a rewarding career in engineering. With an interdisciplinary approach, you can explore your interests by selecting open electives. The on-campus innovation labs, led by professors of practice, provide immersive learning and expertise to find the best solutions to real industry problems and give a different dimension to the students' mini and major academic projects. Our Center for Entrepreneurship supports startup opportunities and provides a perfect platform to launch your next big idea into successful ventures. We also prepare you for advanced studies in the latest futuristic technologies. Our BTech programs offer the perfect combination of academic rigor and functional experience in this ever-evolving technological landscape of the future. Experience a whole new world of academic excellence in a global environment. Dayanand Sagar University. Live the dream. At Dayanand Sagar University's Harohaldi campus, the College of Physiotherapy is dedicated to providing students with a top-notch education in the field. The curriculum is designed to give students a comprehensive understanding of the human body and its functions, along with experiential training in the latest physiotherapy techniques. What sets our department apart is our ultra-modern facilities, including sophisticated classrooms and clinical training rooms. Our students have access to the latest technology and equipment, allowing them to hone their skills and knowledge to the highest degree. The faculty at the College of Physiotherapy is comprised of experienced professionals who are dedicated to their students' success. With our modern amenities and a supportive community, Dayanand Sagar University's College of Physiotherapy is the ideal place for aspiring physiotherapists to begin their journey.
You have seen video, students, a wonderful campus spread across 140 acres of a land. Physiotherapy, allied health science, pharmacy, engineering, medical, all courses available in single campus, Harwali. I wish you should get good ranking in NEET, should get into the biggest CD Seimer Medical College campus. To be safer side, you should be 530 plus marks in NEET to get government government seat in medical college. If you want government medical college, plan something 570 plus. For that, your dedicated efforts are really required. For any doubt on any of the career information, you can call me or you can message me. Don't ask your friends to join back. Another 5 minutes are there, no problem. But still, you should be joining well in advance. A couple of the students are asking PDF notes. I'll ask Ravi Shankar sir if he's providing PDF notes. I'll share in the group. Or otherwise, this recording will be available always. If you have any doubt, you can open recording and listen to that repeat. Student, whatever efforts you put this 1 month or 1.5, whatever the time is available for CET and NEET, NEET is going to be very nearing. Definitely you are going to yield the result. Hope you are enjoying the session. Any feedback you wanted to give, you can put it in the chat box or Q&A. Don't fear. All of we are here to facilitate you to get you the better ranking, to get you the better professional colleges, better professional course in better colleges. A good engineering college, good medical college, good pharmacy, good allied health science college. We wish all of you should get into a good colleges. You can put your feedback either in chat box or you can send to me a WhatsApp. How are the classes going on? What extra information you wanted? Like as I said, BSc Agri. BSc Agri for this agriculture quota students, there will be BSc Agri quota will also be available. There will be a 40% reservation. The students who are claiming BSc Agri quota, they need to attend practical exam of 200 marks. Practical exam specimens will be there. You will be identifying the specimens. There no, for Agri quota students, they will consider 50% practical marks, 25% your theory marks and 25% CET. PCMB, all 4 subjects will be considered. Ask your friends to join back. Just message them. I think you will be in a contact with friends each other. Just message them back. Another just 2 minutes are there. Okay, joining back. Good. I'm really happy to see your enthusiasm. Question ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. That is very good. This is what the way you need to take your responsibility. Your own responsibility you need to take. Parents nor teacher nor any other person should take your responsibility. You should own your own responsibility. ನಾವ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ನಾವೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. Then only you are going to be successful. Nobody is going to take your responsibility. ನನ್ನ ನಂಬರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು MH ಬಗಲಿ. ನನಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲೈಡ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಷಿಯನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದು ಅದು ಆಡಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಷಿಯನ್ ಅದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯೋ, ಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಷಿಯನ್, ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಫಿಲ್ಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಅನೆಸ್ಥೇಷಿಯಾ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಇದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆನೋ, BSc ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಕೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್. ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Ravishankar sir, you are back? Ravishankar sir? I think he is about to come. Ravishankar sir? Join back fast. Just wait for another 2 minutes, students.
Yes, sir. Another 2 minutes will wait. Dear Bagli sir, add on that point. Explain life science also for students, especially the genetics, microbiology, biotechnology. That is also wonderful program. ಈ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ರೋಗ, ಕಾಯಿಲೆ, ನೋವು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಲಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್.
What is that, Ravi sir? What you are telling something?
Yes, I was explaining regarding life science program to the students.
Okay.
Me, not only myself, with Bagli sir. I don't do. Bagli sir was explaining. I don't do the 2-3 points. I was interrupted.
Very good, very good. And we can have one small session on that one, like what after KCET, something like that online.
That would be ideal, sir. We'll discuss with
because usually, yeah, I do it for other places. No.
Yes, sir.
I think Bagli was there when I was running it in Bijapur and other places.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Same thing.
3 years back.
Yeah, very much. Same thing. I done it for this Mount Carmel and other people.
Okay.
The students, many of the students, they think, for example, veterinary.
Correct.
Veterinary, how to get veterinary? Many people think that veterinary we can get only from KCET.
True, true.
No, it's not, because veterinary we can also get it from NEET also.
Okay.
Yeah. NEET also, there is a 15% quota for all India quota is there for students.
Okay. That ICAR is supposed to be in ICAR, sir.
ICAR also they can apply. Yes, very much, very much. I'm telling just these 2 exams. They can take ICAR also.
Okay.
Yeah. Something
we'll
like
time and we'll do one session.
Yeah, you people plan it. Yeah.
I'll talk to Hemant sir and plan it, sir.
Yeah, please do it.
Yeah, so this is very important information regarding NEET you told, veterinary science. Yeah, we'll do it, sir. We'll plan.
This is just a tip of iceberg, Ravi sir. There are so many aspects into it. For example, if everybody thinks that our student they made a mistake, they applied for pharma.
Okay, sir.
There is something called as B Pharma and Pharma D. Pharma D is different, D Pharma is different.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Correct.
While applying, our students have lost many options.
Correct, sir.
Okay.
Okay, shall I start then?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, any PDF notes is there you can share in the group?
Yeah, I will share it. Whatever I discussed, what I'll do is, sir, same thing only. I will just make a PDF and send it to you people.
Okay, sir. In the faculty group you send, I'll share to the students.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, sir. Carry on. Take on.
Okay, right. So students, like this is from NEET 2020, last year, previous year. Sucrose and hydrolysis gives you what? They will ask you. We already studied it. Sucrose is a disaccharide. So disaccharide means there should be 2 sugar in it. And sucrose is made up of what? Glucose plus fructose. But what kind of glucose? Already told you, it's alpha. And what kind of fructose? So it has to be beta. So alpha glucose and beta fructose. First of all, there should be glucose and glucose is there. So this cannot be. Then they are given fructose. This cannot be. So always know, if you look at question paper, always 50% of the answer option you can remove it. Odd man out, we call it as. Just simply you can remove it. Just little bit of knowledge is enough. And you got a right answer. These are the 2 are the answer. In this one, you have to take it. So here he made a change. He has made beta D glucose. Wrong, sir. So only option is option C. Next, we'll move on. Next one. So the difference between amylose and amylopectinase. What is the difference between amylose and amylopectin? Where we get both, we get it in starch. And I told you amylose is water soluble. So amylose is water soluble. Amylopectin is water insoluble. Sir, water insoluble. Here, what is the linkage? It's a straight, I told you, straight chain it is. So only C1 to C4. It's a branched. So you have C1 to C4 also, you have C1 to C6 also. Why, sir? This is a branched. And this is a straight chain, linear, we call it as. So what will be the option? Sir, amylopectin have 1,4 glycosidic, 1,4 alpha linkage, 1,6 alpha linkage. Yes, it is right only. Sir, amylose have 1,4 alpha linkage and 1,6 beta linkage. Wrong. There is nothing like beta in starch. So wrong, sir. Amylopectin have 1,4 alpha linkage and 1,6 beta linkage. There is nothing like beta, I told already. Wrong it is. Amylose is made up of glucose and galactose is not there. So this is also wrong. So only option is option yes, sir. Take a screenshot if you want. The correct corresponding order of names of 4 aldoses with the configuration given below. What will be the options, sir? What is this molecule? These are called as erythros and threos. If OH is on the same side, we call it as erythros. And threos, if it is on opposite side. So what is the configuration? I told you, when we are taking configuration, when you have to look for configuration means you have to identify whether it is a D or L. While looking at the configuration, we have to take penultimate carbon atom. So we have to look for penultimate carbon atom. What is penultimate? Last but one. What is last but one? This one we have to observe from bottom. This one we have to observe, sir. So this is what we have to observe. If only one carbon is there, no problem. When many carbons atom is there, you have to look like this. This we have to observe. If OH is on right side, we know that it is a D configuration. If OH is on right side, it is a D configuration. If OH is on left side, we know that it is a L configuration. So what is this one? I already told you. This is erythros. What kind of erythros? This is D erythro. That means D, sir. It's a D erythros. This is trios. What kind of trios? D trios. D trios. This is L, sir. It is L trio erythros. Yes. This is L trios. Option D. Next one. Which one given below is a non-reducing sugar? What is non-reducing? No functional groups, no free functional group. No free functional group. Then you should reduce tolerance reagent to silver mirror. What is tolerance reagent? Ammoniacal solution, ammoniacal silver nitrate to silver mirror. Then only we call it as reducing. You should not reduce this tolerance reagent. So glucose will reduce it, maltose will give silver mirror, lactose will give silver mirror, then only sucrose is the answer. So it is a non-reducing sugar. Next. The D-glucose reacts with hydroxylamine and yields an oxime. The structure of the oxime would be, first of all, what is the oxime? Oxime andrenu. Aldehyde reacts with NH2OH. To give what? Oxime. So whether we are having aldehyde here? Yes, in glucose we are having aldehyde. What is the glucose structure? It looks like this. CHO. There are 6 carbon atoms. COH, H. Second one, third one, you're having H and OH. Fourth one, you're again having OH and H. Fifth one, again you're having OH and H. Last is CH2OH. This is the structure of a glucose, open chain structure. This reacts with NH2OH because already it is there. So what will happen when it reacts with NH2OH? Very simple. What will happen is that, sir, the H2 combines with O to become water. So what is remaining now? There you are having CH dash double bond NOH. Carbon NOH. Just observe where this structure is there. Everything else is same. Everything else is same. Where we can find this kind of structure? If you observe it, look at here. CH double bond NOH is there. So everywhere it is there. But this configuration should also be same. So what has happened here? There are 2 hydrogen on right side. So this is wrong. So there are 2 hydrogen on right side, on second and third. This is wrong. Here, so on second also hydrogen is on right side, and on third also hydrogen is on right side. That is also wrong. So D is the option. Take a screenshot. Which one of the following sets of monosaccharide form sucrose? ಯಾವುದು ಪಾನಸಕ್ರೆ ಸುಕ್ರೋಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Already told you, sucrose is made up of what? So glucose plus fructose. So glucose plus fructose irutte. What kind of glucose? Already told you. It has to be alpha, sir. So it has to be alpha glucose. Fructose should be beta. And one more important point. What is that? The glucose exists in the form of a pyranose, we call it as. What is pyranose? A structure like this. It's called a 6-membered ring. And fructose will exist in 5-membered ring. We call it as a furanose. So glucose should be pyranose and it should be alpha. Where is all alpha? Let us see. So he says alpha D galactose. Wrong, sir. Then he says alpha D glucose. Yes, right. Pyranose. And beta D fructofuranose. Yes, this may be the answer. Let us check it out. Beta D glucose. Wrong, sir. It should not be beta. Wrong. Alpha D glucopyranose and beta D fructopyranose. Sorry, this is wrong. So D is also wrong. Only option is B, sir. Which of the following statement is not true regarding lactose? Not true regarding lactose. On hydrolysis, lactose gives equal amount of D-glucose and galactose. Yes, lactose is made up of. What is made up of? Galactose. What kind of galactose? Beta galactose. Plus alpha. Or you can say beta galactose also, no problem. So option A is right. Option A is right. Lactose is a beta glucoside, means it is made up of glucose. Yes, it is also right. Lactose is a reducing sugar, right? And does not exhibit mutarotation. It exhibits mutarotation. What is mutarotation? Means they exist in alpha and beta form. And they exhibit mutarotation. So lactose contains 8 OH group. How you know that? You have to write the structure. Write the structure of lactose, multiply this. So they are connected like this. So he says 8 OH group. Let us see. So here what will be there? C1 this is. Here C2 you are having 1 OH group. This is a galactose. Here OH will be there. Here OH will be there. Here OH will be there. And here one more OH will be there. CH2OH. And here, yes sir. When you say alpha, OH should be there. Here OH. Here OH. 3 is over. Here 1 CH2OH. So total how many? 8 OH group is there. Yes sir, it is right. That means option C is wrong. This is from 2009 CT paper, 2009 and 2008 CT paper. Number of disulfide linkage present in insulin are? How many are present? What is insulin? Insulin is the one which controls blood glucose. It's a hormone. Made up of what? Made up of amino acid. Made up of amino acid. So it's made up of amino acids. How many amino acids? 50 amino acids. Or 51. 51 amino acids. And there are two chains. One is A chain or B chain, we call it as, and both are linked by SS disulfide linkage. So between the chain, there are two linkages there. In an overall molecule, in this chain also there is a one linkage. So totally 3 linkages are there. So next one. A diabetic person carries a packet of glucose with him always. Why? Why he carries always? Because sometimes there will be a sudden drop in glucose level. So there is a sudden drop in glucose level. And that is very dangerous. And what has to happen? They should take something, some food you have to take. But taking a food, digesting it, and getting energy takes time. So they will have a glucose tablets. And when they chew the tablets, the glucose almost suddenly increases in blood sugar level. So they'll be out of danger. So what's the option? It gives blood sugar level almost instantaneously. Next one. Which one of the following does not exhibit the phenomenon of mute rotation? This is in a NEET 2010. So what is the mute rotation? So mute rotation is nothing but change in optical activity. Change in optical activity. That we call it as a mute rotation. ಯಾರು ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ? ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಬೀಟಾ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಬೀಟಾ? ಸರ್ ಮಾಲ್ಟೋಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೋಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಫ್ರುಕ್ಟೋಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ? ಸುಕ್ರೋಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವನೇ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Sucrose will not give mute rotation. Sucrose does not have alpha and beta. Fructose reduces tolerance reagent due to what? Usually, ketones, they do not react with tolerance reagent. So they do not react with tolerance reagent. But aldehydes will react with tolerance reagent. And your glucose is almost like a aldose only. Not a true aldehyde, but it's aldose. Fructose is almost like a ketose only. That means fructose should not give this test. This will not give. This will give. So fructose should not give. But it says he gives. Why is that? Glucose and fructose are isomers. They can get interconverted. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವರ್ಡು ದ ಇನೋಲೈಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. they changes from one form to another form. Mineralize ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ only ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು, ಆಲ್ಕಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಕಲಿ? ಬೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಬೇಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ದಿ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫ್ರುಕ್ಟೋಸ್ ಕೆನ್ ಬಿ ಇಂಟರ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟಬಲ್. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. Which of the following is a basic amino acid, sir? What is a basic amino acid? Very simple. One which has more NH2 group. More NH2 group. Which is having more NH2 group? So serine is a neutral. Neutral means equal number of NH2 and OH. So alanine is also neutral. So only two are left band. I told you, two are removed. Tyrosine. What is tyrosine? So tyrosine is an aromatic amino acid. So only one is left band, that is lysine. Let us check the structure of lysine. What is that? CH NH2 COH. So illen baruttille we get CH2 with one benzene ring. Illenagutte ಒಂದು OH group ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That is called as tyrosine. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ NH2 ಮತ್ತೆ COH ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಡಿ ಸರ್. What is the lysine? CHNH2 COH. So what do you get here? You get CH2 thrice. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ NH2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So there are two NH2 group here. So that's why it is basic, sir. Lysine is a basic amino. Again, this is from KCET 2009 and 2010. Give me answer, all of you. What may be the option? So I got very good. C, B, D, BB. Many of you given B and C. Or D you are given, yes. Laita, Tanish, Redmi, Ramesh, A. Why it is not A? I'll tell you. ES is 3 amino acid. Tripeptide means how many? 3 amino acid. So it is, how many you are having? You are having 20. You are having 20. So it is 20 to the power of 3, sir. 3. We say 8,000. The letter D indicates what? I already told you. The capital D and L indicates configuration. Whereas small d and L indicates optical activity. Sir, optical activity. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಂಬರ್. ದೇ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ. ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲ್. that indicates configuration. Next one. So, option A. A non-essential amino acid among the following is. So this is from mid 2019. What is the non-essential amino acid? Essentially already. ಒಂದು ಕೋಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ AVL MPTT. What is A? Arginine. V valine. H histidine. I isoleucine. L soleucine. L lysine. Lysine. Then what is there? Valine is there. Yes, V valine. So what is not there? Alanine is not there. Alanine is a non-essential. So what is this A stands for? This A is for arginine. This structure of protein remain intact during denaturation process. Again, need 2019. What is denaturation? When you hit the protein. So when you hit the protein, it loses secondary and tertiary structure. ಅದನ್ನ denaturation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ primary structure ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ. Primary structure is intact. So both secondary and tertiary structure is lost. But he says intact. Wrong, sir. Primary structure only. Yes, this may be the option. Secondary structure only. Wrong. Tertiary only. Wrong. So option is B, sir. Next one. Which of the following compound can form a deuterion? ಯಾರು deuterion formation ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? What is a deuterion? Which has both positive and negative charge. Amino acid can form it. Which is the amino acid here? Sir, glycine. What is glycine? Sir, HCH. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ NH2 COH ಬರುತ್ತೆ. This can show deuterion ಹೇಗೆ? So it will lose or gain one proton to form NH3 plus. It will lose one proton to get minus charge. In a protein molecule, various amino acids are linked together by ಎಲ್ಲ amino acid join ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Proteins ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Sir, all amino acids join to form proteins. Amino acid ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಬರೋ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅದು ಪೆಪ್ಟೈಡ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. This is in KCT 2010 batch. Sir, how to know the amino acid structure at a alkaline? What is alkaline? Around pH less than 7. pH 10. At pH 10, what will be the structure? What may be the option? Very simple. I'll give you an idea. Alanine is says, now what is alanine? CH3, CH, NH2COH. This is alanine. ಈಗ ಈ alanine now let us keep it in ಯಾವುದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ acidic medium ಇಡೋಣ. What is acidic medium? pH 6 ಅನ್ಕೋಣ, ಅದು 5. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ acidic medium ನಲ್ಲಿ? Observe here. In acidic media, acid is more stronger. Your amino acid is weaker. So it accepts proton from the medium to become NH3 plus. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿದೆ COH. ಏನಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಟಯನ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅಥವಾ pH pH ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೋಗೋಣ, pH 10 ಅನ್ಕೋಣ. At pH 10. pH ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಾಕೋಣ? 10 ಅನ್ಕೋಣ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್. ಆಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? what will happen to amino acid? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ NH2 ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, from here COH, it gives a proton, it becomes a COO minus, and this become NH2. ಏನಿದು ಸರ್? anion. So acidic pH ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಟಯನ್, basic pH ಅಲ್ಲಿ anion ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So somewhere in between it will have both positive charge and negative charges. ಅದನ್ನ we call it as a zither ion. So alanine exists. pH 10 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಕಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? pH 10 ಅಂದ್ರೆ anion ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. anion ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇ ಸರ್. Alpha maltose consist of what? Maltose is made up of glucose plus glucose. First point, what kind of glucose? Sir, alpha glucose. Alpha and alpha. Where is that alpha and alpha? Sir, he says beta. Wrong, sir. What will be the other option? He says beta. Yeah, wrong, sir. So there you are left with only B and D. 2 alpha D glucopyrrolids with 1 to glycosidic linkage. 1 to ತಪ್ಪು sir, 1 to will not be there. Option ಯಾವ್ದಲ್ಲಿಗೆ? D option. Next one, I just clear it. Which statement about denaturation given below are correct? This is from Mains 2011. We know that denaturation, we lose secondary and tertiary structure. We lose secondary and tertiary structure. Yes, sir, correct ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Denaturation leads to the conversion of double strand of DNA into single strand. Yes, sir, ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು. Denaturation affects primary structure which gets distorted. No, sir, primary structure ಏನೂ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಸರಿ? Sir, option 1 and 2 ಸರಿ. 1 and 2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು? C is the option, sir. Next one. What is the next one? Deficiency of vitamin B1 causes what? I told you B1 is nothing but what? Sir, thiamine. Sir, thiamine. Thiamine causes what? Sir, beriberi. Which of the following is not a fat soluble glutamine? Sir, B complex are not the fat soluble glutamine. All remaining are fat soluble. And this is from 2012 KCET. What is the question? Sucrose is not a reducing sugar since. What will be the option? Sucrose is not reducing sugar. Why? I already told you they do not have free functional group, 1 point. That is the only answer because all other are not related to it. So dialysis can be used to separate. ಯಾರು ಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ಸರ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ protein should not be lost. Protein is required for making our body. To make different parts of body, we need protein. If protein is lost in urine, we lose many things. So, C is the option. The central dogma, this you know that one. DNA to RNA, RNA to proteins. C option. The correct statement about RNA and DNA is yadagutte. Both RNA and DNA are what? Nucleic acids. What may be the option? Sugar component in RNA is arabinose. This is wrong, sir. Sugar component in RNA is ribose. So A is not the option. The sugar component in RNA is 2-deoxyribose. No, sir. Ribose, it should be wrong. Sugar component RNA is arabinose. Wrong. Sugar component RNA is ribose. Okay. Then, and the sugar component DNA is deoxyribose. Right, sir? This is absolutely correct. In DNA, the complementary bases are. We say complementary bases. What is that? Sir, adenine binds with thymine and guanine binds with cytosine. What is the option? Sir, C is the answer. Next one. So this is from 2013 and 14, KCET. Glucose when reduced with hydrogenated 8-phosphorus gives. And we know that it's a reduction. We get N-hexane. What is X? Indicate that there are 6 carbon atoms in glucose. Next, the statement that is not correct is yadagutte. Sir, aldose and keto sugars in alkaline medium do not isomerize. Glucose ಮತ್ತು fructose interconvertible. ಯಾವಾಗಿದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ಕಲೈನ್ ಅಂತ. Next one. Which of the following statement is not correct? One by one, we'll see. Albumin is a simple food. Yes, sir, right. Blood proteins are involved in blood clotting. Yes, sir, right. Denaturation makes the protein more active. This is wrong, sir. Next one. Insulin maintains blood sugar level. Yes, sir, correct. We'll grab the option of C is the answer. Which of the following hormone contains iodine? ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ iodine? ಸರ್ ಥೈರಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಥೈರಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. T3, T4 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. Which of the following is an amine hormone? Amine ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿರೈವೇಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಮೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಯಾವ್ದೊಳಗೆ ಸರ್ ಥೈರಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಇದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. Now I'll take some questions from 2015. ನೋಡಿ, KCT ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಇಯರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ. One of the following is an essential amino acid. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. How to remember essential amino acid? ABL, MPTT. So just see what is there. So cysteine is not there. So cysteine is a non-essential. Tyrosine. So T is there now, but this T is different. This is 309. This is tryptophan. So tyrosine is given. So tyrosine is not essential. Adwala. So this is not the option. Serine, yes ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಈ ಕೋಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಲೆಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. So what may be the option? Isoleucine is the answer, sir. Because this I indicates isoleucine. Which of the following vitamin is water soluble? Very simple. This is vitamin B. Next one. Vitamin B12 contains what? B12 ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ? ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Person become anemic. It causes pernicious anemia. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕೊಬಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಸೈನೋಕೊಬಾಲಮೈನ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. So which is the correct statement here? So what may be the correct statement? Starch is a polymer of alpha glucose. Correct, sir. Amylose is a component of cellulose. Tappu, sir. It is a component of starch. Proteins are composed only one type of amino acid. Only one type of amino acid. Okay, to some extent we can take it. Cyclic structure of fructose, there are 4 carbons. Yes, this is furanоспора. Correct ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಬಿ is the answer. Next one. ಯಾವ್ದಿದು ಸರ್? 2016 ಮತ್ತೆ 2017 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ KCT. Which of the following gives a positive Fehling solution? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗು ನಾನ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಷ್ಟೆ. ಯಾರು ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್. Reducing sugar ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? They have a free functional group ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ no free functional group. They reduce tolerance reagent. They reduce falling solution. What is falling? What is a falling? Falling means is a copper sulfate in NaOH. ಯಾರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇದನ್ನ? So glucose ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, fructose ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, all these things will give. ಇಲ್ಲಿ no. ಇವ್ಯಾವ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಯಾವ್ದು ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್? ಸುಕ್ರೋಸ್. So sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. This one. Next one. 2018 question. Again, 1 year more question ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. 2018 questions. Which of the following bases is not present in DNA? Sir, DNA ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? AGCT ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ? ಯುರೇಸಿಲ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ತಪ್ಪಿದು. That is the answer. Two form of glucopyranose ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೀಟಾ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ನ? Anomers. Next one. The glycosidic linkage involved in linking glucose units in amylose part of starch is. What is amylose? I told you amylose is a straight chain. It is a straight chain. When it is a straight chain, what should be the linkage? How is straight chain? They're like this. Here O will be there. Again, they'll be like this. They're linked by what? Linkage, alpha linkage. C1 to C4. ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಸೊ ಡಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದು 2019 ಮತ್ತೆ 2020 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸರ್. Which of the following is generally water insoluble? Fibrous or water insoluble? The fibrous are water insoluble, sir. Next one. A vitamin that helps in clotting of blood is piloquinone. Quebec, sir. Hypothyroidism is caused by the deficiency of thyroxine T3, T4. Next one. C4 glycosidic bond is not found in. ನೀವೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಸುಕ್ರೋಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಲಿಂಕೇಜ್? 1 to 2 ಲಿಂಕೇಜ್. ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೋಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 to 4. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 to 4 ಇದೆ, 1 to 6 ಇದೆ. ಮಾಲ್ಟೋಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 to 4 ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ದಾವ ಸರ್ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ? ನಾಟ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್. ಸರ್ ಸುಕ್ರೋಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವ ಲಿಂಕೇಜ್ ಇದೆ? C1 to C2 ಇದೆ. ಸುಕ್ರೋಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. Next one. Just a minute, let me take it. Surgery stuck up there. Okay. Not able to move. Next one. These are all 2020 and 2021 questions. What are these, sir? Which one of the following vitamin is not stored in adipose tissue? Adipose tissue is full of fat. So he's asking not stored in fat. So vitamin B. B cannot be stored in fat. These are water soluble. And RNA and DNA are chiral molecules. Their chirality is due to the presence of what? Is it D sugar component, L sugar component, chiral bases, chiral phosphate ester unit? Yadagutte. What is chirality? Non-superimposable. Mirror images. If you have, then you know to have chirality. Non-superimposable mirror images. That we call as chirality. Like my hand, two hands. My two hands are mirror image, but not superimposable. Next one. Primary structure in nucleic acid contains bases as GATGC. This is nothing but the idea of complementary base pairing. Complementary base pairing. Complementary base pairing. What is that? So we know that adenine binds with thymine, guanine binds with cytosine. So that we have to use it. So G is there. That means C should be there. So A is there. T should be there. T is there. A should be there. G is there. C should be there. C should be there. G should be there. So CTACG. The other option of third option. So. Now we'll move on to our third topic, that is metallurgy. Metallurgy is all about what? Extraction of metals from ore and the So main idea is metallurgy of iron, zinc, copper, and aluminum. We'll discuss about other things also. Okay. So what is a metallurgy? So it's a process of extracting a metal easily and economically. What is a mineral? So mineral is a naturally occurring substance which contains metal in a free state or combined state. Ore andre no. It is a mineral from which metal can be extracted easily and economically. Andre, ore is also mineral, but all ores are not minerals. For example, the minerals of copper are cuprite, copper glans, copper pyrite, malachite, azurite, etc. We extract only from what? Copper pyrite. Then the copper pyrite is known as ore and then the So these are the few minerals of copper, zinc, and iron and aluminum. So few things you have to remember the molecular formula. So remember that one. Especially mainly these four metals. So you know hematite, magnetite, limonite is Fe2O3, cedrite is FeCO3, Next one. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಶೋ ಯು ಸಮ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಯಾವ ಸರ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೇಳೋದು? ಈ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಗ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೆಲಕೈಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಬ್ಲೆಂಡ್, ಜಿಂಕೈಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Then they will ask you for cryolite. Then ಕೆಳ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಐರನ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೇಳಬಹುದು? So mainly I will take this one: hematite, manatite, siderite, iron pyrites. So these are all what? Minerals of ore. These are not the ore. These are the minerals of the different metals. So what are the general principles of metallurgy? Means these are the common step involved in extraction of metal. First, crushing and grinding anta ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, where we convert it into powder. Then we do concentration of ore. Then after that we do calcination roasting. Then upon that we do reduction. And last step is refining of metal. So what is crushing and grinding? The process is to convert it into powder, because we take it from big molds, big mountains, and that we have to crush it into powder. Then we do concentration of ore. Means we remove the impurity. So we remove the impurity. Which are the methods in there? In our textbook they mentioned flow flotation, gravity separation, magnetic separation, ಮತ್ತೆ leaching ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So what is a flow flotation method? Here the ore and the impurity, very important. Ore and the impurity is separated based on what? Basic characteristics, basic difference in wettability. So both are ore and the impurity is separated based on the difference in wetting characteristics. That point is very, very important. Also, this one, wetting characteristics. So in use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, we use collectors, we use flow stabilizers, we use depressants. Remember there. And frothing agent, we use pineal as a frothing agent. Next, what is this? We call it as a gravity separation or levitation, we can also call it as. So where we use it? We use this method to those ore particle and the impurity which differ in the density or weight, we call it as. We wash it in hydraulic cone. So where all the light particle will be removed as a gangue. So magnetic separation, where we apply, sir, we apply to those ore and the impurity which differ in a magnetic property. Sir, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ apply ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Example, wolframite. That Sin-4 is what? Non-magnetic. But the impurity wolframite is a magnetic in nature. Next one. So leaching ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So leaching ಅಲ್ಲಿ use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Where we use it? This method is applicable to those ore and the impurity which differ in solubility in a given solvent. There we use this particular method. Next one. So we have done concentration of ore. After concentration, what we have to do? We have to do roasting or calcination. What is the purpose? So the purpose is to convert the metal component into oxides. So what we have done? We are converting into oxide. That is the purpose. We can do both roasting and calcination. Roasting means we do it in excess of air. Calcination means in a limited supply of air. Remember this one. And roasting usually done for sulfide ores, whereas calcination is done for carbonate ores. After calcination roasting, we have to go for extraction of metal. Again, there are three methods are there: pyrometallurgy, electrometallurgy, and hydrometallurgy. What is pyro? Means high temperature. Extracting a metal at high temperature, we call it as pyrometallurgy. There are two ways. Either you can do it in smelting or by alumina thermite process. Next one. Smelting means what? Here we extract the metal at high temperature by adding reducing agent and a flux. Next one. So what is alumina thermite process? Not all oxides are reduced by carbon. Not all oxides are reduced by carbon. For example, to reduce chromium oxide into chromium, I cannot use carbon as a reducing agent. Then I use aluminum as a reducing agent instead of carbon. And that kind of method we call it as alumina thermite method. Next one. So what is hydrometallurgy? Extracting a metal by using chemical solution we call it as hydrometallurgy. Gold ಮತ್ತು silver ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. What we do? Sir, we treat, say, gold ore with cyanide solution. It forms Rh cyanide complex. And this Rh cyanide complex is treated with zinc dust, and zinc replaces the gold to give pure gold material. So this is how we use chemical solution for both extracting gold and silver. So distillation, where we use it. So we have extracted a metal. Once you extract the metal, now we have to purify the metal. That we call it as a refining. Sir, how do we? Distillation we do. What is distillation? This method is applicable to those metal and the impurity which differ in the boiling point. And especially for the metal having a low boiling point like mercury and zinc. So what is polling? This method is applicable to those metal which contains its own oxide as impurity. There we use it. There we use it, sir. So liquation. So this method is applicable to those metal which differ in what? Sir, melting point, having a low melting point. For tin, lead, bismuth, we use this one. So zone refining, where we do it. So this we do it for especially metals like silica, germanium. For those metals, we do this refining because very highly quality products are required. And then we go for zone refining. What is the principle? The principle is that the impurities are more soluble in the melt than in the solid state. Andre, the impurities are present mainly in a hot zone. And the cold zone is especially made up of metal. So here we purify the metal zone by zone. That's why we call it zone refining. Vapor phase refining. So what is vapor phase refining? In this method, we convert the metal into vapor state. Once they're in vapor state, again we heat them to give a pure metal. There are two methods, Mons method and Van Arkel. What is Mons method? We use it for nickel, where we treat nickel with carbonyl to form nickel carbonyl tetracarbon. Again, upon heating this tetracarbonyl, we get a pure lithium, a pure nickel, we get it. So what is a Van Arkel method? Same way, but here we are heating zirconium with iodine. It becomes a zirconium iodide, which is unstable, decomposed to give iodine solution. So chromatography. Here, metal and the impurity are separated based on adsorption, we call it as, are based on difference in adsorption on the adsorbent, we call it as, means stationary base. We separate rare earth elements by this method. Now we'll go a bit about extraction of iron. Sir, how we extract iron? We can extract iron from all the minerals, but we select what? We select only one mineral. Yado, sir, I might select what the mineral which is selected is known as ore. How we extract? We do it by crushing and grinding, by concentration of ore. Then we do calcination. Then we do extraction of crude metal by pyrometallurgy techniques. Where we do it? We do it in a blast furnace. And you should know the all the reaction in blast furnace. These reaction we call as a what is this? Conversion zone. And this is slag zone. And upper part is reduction zone. Next, we will discuss a little bit about extraction of copper. Copper can be extracted from all these minerals, but we select what? We select copper pyrite. Copper pyrite. That is called as ore. And what are the steps involved? Sir, first crushing and grinding, we make it as a powder. Concentration, we remove the impurity. So roasting, we roast it in excess of air. Smelting, we do it in a blast furnace. Last one is crystallization. So this is what we do in extraction of copper. So what we do after concentration, we do roasting. When you do roasting, what you get? You get copper sulfate plus FeO. And you are having FeS also here. So what we do? Then we go for smelting. In a smelting, the roasted ore is mixed with what? Powder, coke, and sand. What will happen? All the iron sulfate becomes slag. What is left behind is little bit of copper sulfate and traces of FeS. We call it as matte. Furnace. And we take that matte into what? Bessemer tower. In Bessemer tower, what will happen? Again, we pass hot gas, hot air, and sand. If any impurity is there, all this will be converted into slag. And the copper sulfate also become a copper oxide. This itself acts as an autocatalyst and reduces copper sulfate into copper. And that copper is called as blister copper because it is having a bubbles on its surface due to escape of SO2 gas. Next one, extraction of zinc. So what are the minerals? So these are the minerals of zinc. Zinc blende, sulfate ore, zincite, oxide ore, calamine, carbonate ore. These are commonly asked minerals with their formula you should remember. What is the first step? Crushing and to convert into powder, removal of impurity, roasting. We convert into oxides. Then we do smelting. So in roasting, what we do? We convert zinc into zinc oxide. So in smelting, what we do? The zinc oxide is reduced by carbon to form zinc. Next one. So this is extraction of aluminum, and these are all the minerals of aluminum. All these are minerals of aluminum. But usually we isolate it from bauxite. So that is called as a ore. Again, the same method: crushing and grinding to make powder, concentration by leaching. Then we do all sort method. What is that all sort method, sir? So first step is leaching. We do it by NaOH solution. All the aluminum becomes sodium aluminate. Then from sodium aluminate, we got pure bauxite, which we take it into all solids chamber. It is an iron steel vessel which acts as a cathode. In that, we have to take bauxite, purified bauxite. We have to put anode rods there, graphite anode rods there, pass the electric current. So what will happen? The reaction takes place to form L. How it happens? I am not sure. I'll show you here. When you pass electric current, what will happen? The Al2O3 dissociate to form what? Al3 plus and O2 minus. And Al3 plus will go towards cathode, where it is reduced by 3 electrons. Al3 plus gets 3 electrons and becomes aluminum metal. Here, in this all-sort method, we add 60% of cryolite also to increase the conductivity and to lower the melting point. So we know that silver can be extracted by cyanide solution. We call it as hydrometallurgy. Illigam diagram, last one. So yes, Illigam diagram andre the plot of delta G naught against temperature. We call it as a Illigam diagram. So what is the advantage? By using this diagram, we can select a very good reducing agent. And you know that the curve which is below can act as a very good reducing agent for the curve which is above. The one which is below can act as a very good reducing agent for the one which is above, not the vice versa. So ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದೇ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಯಾವ್ದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಫಾರ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. Which are the following are the basic carbonate mineral? ಏನು ಕಾರ್ಬನೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, CaCO3. ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, OH ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ? What may be the options? You know that malachite. I give you. Look at that one. Sir, malachite is a carbonate as well as OH group is there. So this is called as basic carbonate. Basic carbonate. And look at the azurite. Same thing. Sir, carbonate and basic. So option is 1, sir. Option is 1. Which one is a malachite? Look at it. This is from NEET exam. Just now I told you. What is malachite? Sir, it's a basic. And a OH group ಇರಬೇಕು. Carbonate. Carbonate ಅಂದ್ರೆ CO3 group ಇರಬೇಕು. Sir, option A. Identify the incorrect statement. Yeah, the incorrect statement is the way. What is the incorrect statement? Scientific and technological process is used in the metallurgy. Yes. Minerals are naturally occurring chemical substance. Correct agide. Ores are minerals. Correct agide. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ ಸರಿ ಇದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ತಪ್ಪು ಡಿ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಗ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಯೂ is an ore contaminated with undesired materials. ತಪ್ಪು ಸರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಯೂ is a impurity. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದರಿಗೆ ಡಿ is the answer. Next one. Metals are usually not found as nitrates in their ores. In their ores. Out of the following, two reasons which are true for the above observation are metal nitrates are highly unstable. Tappu sir, metal nitrates are stable. Metal nitrates are soluble. Yes, correct agide. Alige one is false, second is true. ಯಾವ್ದಾಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ನಾನೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್. Cyanide process. You know that we use the cyanide process in the extraction of gold or silver. First flotation method. We mainly use it for sulfide ores like zinc sulfide. Then electrolytic refining. We use it for what? Extraction of aluminum. Zone refining. ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ zone refining? ಸರ್ ಜರ್ಮೇನಿಯಂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ಸರ್. Next one. Give the correct initials of true or false for the following. Siderite and limonite are the ores of iron. Siderite and limonite are the ores of iron. Yes, both are what? One is carbonate, another is Fe2O3. Correct agide sir. It's a true. Feldspar and kaolinite are the ores of aluminum. Feldspar and limonite. Yes, correct agide sir. Malachite and azurite are ores of copper. Correct agide. Calamine and willemite and franklinite are the ores of copper. Is it possible? Calamine is a zinc carbonate, sir. It is not the ores of copper. Alige true, false. First option. Which one of the following does not occur as a sulfide ore? ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ sir? Does not occur as a sulfide ore. ಈಗ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಕ್ರೋಮಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಓರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೋಡ ಮುಂದೆ. ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಸರ್, ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಇದೆ Ag2S. ಐರನ್ ಸರ್, ಐರನ್ ಪೈರೇಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸರ್? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ದಿ ಓರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಐರನ್ ಬೋತ್ ಈಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಕಾಪರ್, ಐರನ್ ಎಲ್ಲದಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಐರನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಲ್ಫರ್. ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್? ಚಾಕೋ ಪೈರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಚಾಕೋ ಪೈರೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಐರನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ. ಟ್ರೂ ಆರ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್? ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Every mineral is the ore, but every ore is not a mineral. He says every mineral is an ore. Tappu sir. All ores are mineral. So first option is wrong. F. Slag is produced from the metal by combining with flux. Correct agide. Highly pure metal can be obtained by zone refining. Yes, sir. Kernelate is a ore of magnesium and sodium. Sir, the potassium, chloride, magnesium irutte. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆಫ್ ರೂಬಿ ಕಾಪರ್ ಈಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ರೂಬಿ ಕಾಪರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯುಪ್ರೈಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನು. ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಇಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೋಣ. ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಕಾರ್ಬನೇಟ್ ಮಿನರಲ್? ಸೆಡರೇಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. FeCO3, ಲೈಮ್ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ ಕಾರ್ಬನೇಟ್, ಕೆಲಮೈನ್ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನೇಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಇದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಲ್ವಾ? ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಬಂದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಾಕು ನಮ್ಗೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲಿವ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ used in the fourth production process is ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದು? ಆ fourth production process ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? We either use it as a frothing agent or a collecting agent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಪರೇಷನ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಪರೇಷನ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಸರ್ ವಾಲ್ಫ್ರಮೈಟ್ ಓಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದು? FeCr2O4. ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್? ಬಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫೋರ್ತ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಸರ್ ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ವೈ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಎ? ಯಾವ್ದಾರಿಗೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸರ್? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. This is for NEET 2013. What may be the option? Roasting of sulfate gives the gas X as a byproduct. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಓವರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ CO2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. This is a colorless gas with a choking smell of burnt sulfur. Under confirmed, it's a sulfur dioxide. ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ? ಒಂದೇ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅದು, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ದಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಎ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಬೈ ಕಾರ್ಬನೇಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಬನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಬನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ can be reduced by carbon to form what? Zinc plus carbon monoxide. But angankondi sir, we cannot do it for aluminum oxide. What is aluminum oxide? Al2O3. This we cannot reduce by carbon. So ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ಸರ್? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Next one. The metal oxide which cannot be reduced to metal by a carbon is ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದಿಲ್ವಾ? Fourth production method is used for the concentration of sulfate ore. A is based on the difference in wettability. Yes, sir. B uses sodium ether xanthate as a collector. Correct ಆಗಿದೆ. Uses sodium cyanide as a depressant. Correct ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Next one. The magnetic impurity present in cassiterite ore is ಯಾವ್ದು ಸರ್? ಈಗ ತಿಳಿದಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಯಾವ್ದು cassiterite ore ಅಂದ್ರೆ? ಟಿನ್ ಓರ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ? ವಾಲ್ಫ್ರಮೇಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸರ್, ವಾಲ್ಫ್ರಮೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ. ವಾಲ್ಫ್ರಮೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ. ಏನು ವಾಲ್ಫ್ರಮೇಟ್? ವಾಲ್ಫ್ರಮೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್. ದಿ ಓರ್ is non-magnetic. So we can do magnetic refining. ಎಷ್ಟನೇ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾಗ? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸರ್. Next one. Which of the following is wrong statement about leaching? ಯಾವ್ದು wrong statement about leaching? Sir, bauxite ore is contaminated by silica, iron oxide and titanium oxide. Silica dissolves as sodium silicate. Sodium aluminate remains insoluble. Tappu sir idu. Sodium aluminate is the one which is soluble. He says insoluble. Ali yaad option o? Third option. Next one. Close production process for the concentration of sulfate ore is an illustration of practical application of what? It is all about adsorption. It is all about adsorption. Next one. Which of the following imply thermal decomposition of volatile iodide compounds? ಯಾವ್ದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Which method we use it? Iodide compounds. Iodide ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ we use Van Arkel method. ಯಾರಿಗೆ? Zirconium use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್. What do we get? Sir, we get zirconium iodide. ಅದ್ರ ಮತ್ತೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Again we heat it. ಆಗ what ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ? So we get pure zirconium and I2. ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ? ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ? ವ್ಯಾನ್ ಆರ್ಕಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್ ಇದನ್ನ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಚೂಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೋಡ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ರೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಯಾವ್ದು ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ? It is a process of heating the ore in air to obtain the oxide. Yes, the purpose is to convert metal in a ore into metal oxide. Sir, metal na metal oxide convert ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. It is used for sulfate ores. Yes, we can do it. Use it for hydrated oxides and oxysalts ore. Not for oxide ore, sir. We don't do roasting. It is used after concentration of ore. Yes. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 1, 2, 4 ಆಗಬೇಕು. 1, 2, 4 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ 1, 2, 4. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. Next one. Solubility of the impurities in the metal in molten and solid state is different. This is the principle involved in the refining of metal by following which method? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಝೋನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಝೋನ್ ಅಂತ. ಯಾವ್ದದು? ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಝೋನ್ ರಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್. Next one. So nickel reacts with carbonyl to form nickel tetracarbonyl. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ನಿಕ್ಕಲ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇದು? When we say nickel, it is a Mons process. In a Van Arkel method, iodine is heated up to 1700 Kelvin over impure metal. The product will be, what will be the product? Very simple, sir. When you heat it with iodine, what do you get? Zirconium plus iodine, sir, it gives you what? Zirconium iodide. ಈಗೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು iodide ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್. iodide ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಸರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Next one. Nickel is purified by thermal decomposition of what? Nickel is purified by thermal decomposition of what? So how the reaction takes place? First, so nickel reacts with what? CO to form what? NiCO4. ಇದೇ ನಿಕ್ಕಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನೇಟ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು heat ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Again we heat it, we get a pure nickel. So it's by heating carbonyl. What is carbonyl? Third option, sir. Next one. Dash is very useful for the purification of elements which are available in minute quantities. Yeah, this is ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. I told you we use chromatography. But what kind of chromatography? Sir, we use adsorption chromatography. That is column chromatography. Andre second option ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So we were using column chromatography. We can separate rare earth elements. So what is the statement one? Distillation. One, distillation is very useful for low boiling metals like zinc and mercury. Yes, right. Statement two, in liquefaction, low melting point metals like tin can be made to flow. Correct agide. So option both 1 and 2, sir. Both 1 and 2. Next. Method of zone refining of metal is based on the principle of what? I already told you. In this case, impurity is present in a hard zone. Set is present in a hard zone. And pure metal will be always be present in cold zone. ಯಾವ್ದಾವತ್ತು ಆಪ್ಷನು? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. So last one. Greater solubility of impurity in the molten state than in the solid state. Ultra pure elements are obtained in the following method of metal refining. ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಟ್ರಾ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಜರ್ಕೋನಿಯಂಗೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜರ್ಮಿನಿಯಂಗೆ, ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ವಿ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಝೋನ್ ರಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದು? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಝೋನ್ ರಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್. ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಎ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಮೆಟಲ್. ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಓರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ metal in ore into what? We are converted into metal oxide. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? We remove the oxygen and we get metal. Removal of oxygen is called as what? Reduction. ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಸರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಕಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಈಸ್, you know that pine oil. Next one. The process of bringing the metal and its ore into solution. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಗ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿಲ್ವರ್. ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? AU ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? We use it by sodium cyanide solution. Solution word important. That's why it's called as what? Hydrometallurgy. Chemical solution is ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Hydrometallurgy. This is all about extraction of iron. Here now we are discussing. So if you look at the chart, I can easily explain. One chart ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾವ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದು? ಎಲಿಂಗ್ಹ್ಯಾಮ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಚಾರ್ಟ್. If you look at the chart, okay, the graph which is below, can reduce the metallic oxide which is above. If you take the intersection, if you take the intersection, intersection ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ಐರನ್ ನ ಕರ್ವ್ ಕೆಡೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಆ CO ಕರ್ವ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ CO can reduce iron oxide ಅಂತ. ಯಾವಾಗ? above that particular 800 Kelvin. Above 800 Kelvin. I just make clear it. So one which is below, ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೆಡೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ? So if you observe it, one curve is coming down like this. ಯಾವ್ದಿದು? Sir, carbon giving rise to carbon monoxide. ಇದು ಕೆಡೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ? above 800 Kelvin. One which is coming below will reduce the metallic oxide. One which is coming below is more stable ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. More stable. Next one. This is all about iron. The most impure form of iron is yadidu? What is the impure form of iron? What is the first iron we get? What we get it in blast furnace is molten iron. Molten iron. From molten iron we get pig iron. We put it into molds. From pig iron we get cast iron, where we have 3% carbon. From cast iron we move on to wrought iron, where the percentage of carbon decreases further. So ಯಾವ್ದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇರೋದು? ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. wrought iron ಅಂದ್ರೆ is a pure form of iron. Next one. This is about iron. Already we have discussed about it. We do it in a blast furnace. We have discussed about extraction of zinc. I told you zinc can be reduced by carbon. Okay. Next, we move on to one more question related to that. The slag formed in the blast furnace during the extraction of iron from hematite is? ಯಾವ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ? During extraction of iron, sand is the impurity. Sand is the impurity. What is sand? SaO2. So we add a flux to it. What is a flux? We add a calcium carbonate. This calcium carbonate gives you calcium oxide. And calcium oxide and SaO2 both will combine to form CaSiO3. And this we call it as a slag. So the sand is removed as a calcium silicate. What may be the option? Sir, second option, sir. In the blast furnace, the reaction that occurs in the zone of heat absorption is where heat absorption takes place. Where heat absorption takes place. In the blast furnace, if you look at the blast furnace, at the bottom, C plus O2 becomes CO2, and this is where the energy is liberated, negative. High amount of energy is liberated. Very next step, the CO2 combines with incoming coke to form what? Carbon monoxide, and this delta H is positive. Means it's a endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. So what is the reaction? The first reaction is the endothermic one, sir, where the temperature decreases, heat is absorbed. It is absorbed. You can see that at the bottom it happens. We call it as a zone of combustion. Next one. Puddling process is used in the manufacture of what? Puddling means is a process of removal of impurity to get a pure iron. What is the pure iron? Sir, wrought iron is the pure iron. Cast iron contains phosphorus as an impurity. In besamization of this cast iron, this slag is formed. If phosphorus is impurity, you get calcium phosphate. Second option. Which of the following is a wrong state? In a zone of combustion, temperature rises to 2200 Kelvin. Yes. Why? Due to the burning of carbon or coke. Sir, when coke starts burning, what is coke? Carbon. It gives rise to what? CO2. And it's an exothermic reaction, sir. Large amount of heat is liberated. It's right. Zone of reduction is 875. And that's the top. Zone of slag is at 1270 in between. Yes, sir. That is right. So what is wrong is fourth option, sir. Fourth option is the wrong thing. Next one. In blast furnace, humidity is reduced to mainly by is reduced to iron mainly by which is the reducing agent? Sir, carbon monoxide is the reducing agent. There is third option. Next, we have discussed about extraction of copper from minerals. It is having 5 steps. The first step is crushing and grinding, then concentration of ore. Then we have done roasting. Then most of the FES is removed. Okay, then we do smelting in a furnace. Then what will happen? Copper sulfide and FES remains, and that copper sulfide and FES is known as matte. Matte is taken into Bessemer converter, where most of the impurities are removed, and what is left behind is copper sulfide, which also undergoes oxidation to form copper oxide, and copper oxide acts as an autocatalyst to give you blister copper. And the copper matte is a mixture of what? So during extraction of copper, here what will happen? No, the FeS is the impurity. It also combines with oxygen to form what? FeO. And FeO combines with what? The flux. You're adding sand to form ferrosilicate. This is how it is removed. But somehow a little bit will remain. We call it as a traces. The traces of FeS and the copper sulfide is known as matte. That is means first option. Other first option. In the extraction of copper from its sulfide ore, metal is finally obtained by the reduction of copper oxide with what? We call it as autocatalysis, auto reduction. So second option, where copper sulfide itself is reduced by copper oxide to give blister copper. Which of the following reaction does not occur in Bessemer converter? So the third reaction does not take place in Bessemer converter. It takes place in roasting. So third reaction is the option, sir, because that reaction takes place during a roasting. Okay, my dear students, we will stop here. I will forward this PDF copy to Magli sir also.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Please take it from him. And also practice. There are many questions in there that you can practice it also. This is only for our DSU students. Make a best use of it. Magli sir, anything is there?
Nothing, sir. Thank you so much. The
Okay.
class was very interesting and interactive.
Thank
And,
you very much.
They are responding very well, sir.
No problem. Please ask them to send some questions. No problem. Huh?
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
And just give me some time. I will do it after taking rest. Okay.
Okay, sir. Surely.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
students. Please prepare whatever you have studied today and work hard. Tomorrow you will be having biology class. Tomorrow morning intimation will be given in the group. Any queries, any questions, you can call me or you can message me, WhatsApp me. All the details of tomorrow's class will be forwarded in the group tomorrow morning, and recording will also be shared and PDF notes will also be shared. Thank you so much. Happy learning.